lost. There's always a hope. Rise and fight.
Welcome back to the Bombastic StarLeague Season 21. We've got round of 8, day number 2 for you, and some great games coming up. Joining me in the caster booth today, Razz the Razzle Dazzle. How you feeling, buddy?
Doing really good, man. Some serious games about to happen. PvZ, gotta love that. So I'm excited. How about yourself?
Oh, absolutely. I think these games are going to be way more close than previously. We had a bit of a slap down fest. DeWalt's just too good, I guess. What can you do? But today, Tech versus cRoSs right off the bat. Then we got eOnzErG and Bonith. It's going to be some close games, closer than maybe some of you guys think. Like, eOnzErG's beaten Bonith a lot in the past, way back when. So anything could happen today. Tech's a very strong Protoss player as well. I would still give my money in betting odds towards cRoSs here, but I really don't know for sure.
Yeah, I think I would definitely put cRoSs as the favorite here. I know I've seen him streaming a little bit, playing a bit. Hopefully he's playing even more, because when he is active, he is very sharp. Tech, no slouch, very good player. Obviously here in the round of 8, you know, making his way. But I do give cRoSs the edge, especially as EVP. He is someone who can do it all, right? Like, he has every build order, every trick up his sleeve. He could do anything. He could try to end games early. He could drag them to late game. He's extremely strong, so I do give him the favor in this matchup, but I don't think it will be easy.
I completely agree. cRoSs probably one of the most well-rounded foreigner Zergs on the planet. Like, there's not really anyone else that can kind of do it all like he does, and he's a very strong guy. He's also dual nationality, right? He's got that Korean blood coursing through his veins despite representing Canada. You got to fear him a little bit. It's going to be a task for Tech here from Chile to be able to deal with him, especially in a best of 5. Like, best of 3, you can maybe get one over someone that's better than you, but a best of 5, you really have to play out of your mind.
Yeah, the more games of the series, the more well-rounded you have to be. So I'm excited to see what this first matchup has. And like you said, second matchup, obviously I think Bonith is going to be the favorite, but eOnzErG also, no slouch, he is very, very good. He is the same as cRoSs in terms of he can try to end games early. He can go after it. So I think we have some really serious PvZs that are going to happen here today for sure.
Yeah. And Tech and cRoSs have faced each other before, way back when in BSL 10 and 13. cRoSs won both times, but they were best of 3s, not best of 5s. So this is going to be their first best of 5 they've ever played in an official capacity. Let's see what these guys have got in store for us. First map, it seems, going to be Metropolis. So sometimes the spawn location can really dictate the game as well. Might be really tough for Tech to secure a third base, depending on where he and the Zerg spawn. I have to see that in a few moments here. I believe both players are getting ready right now. So could be starting at any time. But yeah, my money definitely on cRoSs.
Yeah, I mean, Metropolis, Not a bad map. I think it just leads us up to some contains and harder fighting into smaller chokes, especially if Zerg sets up well as the late game goes, right? So maybe Tech has something up his sleeve. You don't know if he's going to go for something crazy, right? The center is buildable, so you never know if he's going to pull something crazy out of his sleeve and go for it. I do see the statistics here, 55% for Zerg, so that's pretty good there. But
get right on
players
it.
Are ready.
cRoSs versus Tech, game number 1, Metropolis. Let's get it. Spawning here in the top left, representing Canada, the Zerg cRoSs.
And in the bottom right, our Protoss player, it is Tech. All right, cross spawn already here, Sean.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting to see what Tech goes with. I feel like the rush distance, like vertical and horizontal, are not very far apart. Like you can do Zealot first, but cross map a little bit different. So it'll be interesting to see what he would like to open with and how the map and the spawning positions will affect that.
Yeah, you see a lot of Protoss players kind of want to simplify and just go for a 4, just a little bit easier to navigate. But if you do want to be aggressive and proactive, you kind of want to open up gateway. I feel like cross map kind of helps Tech a little bit. He's not going to be as pressured in taking the 3rd base. But with these configurations on Metropolis, it actually is pretty easy for the Zerg to drive a wedge between the rally point and the 3rd, even if the Protoss has the 3rd.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about Forge on this map is that Zerg easily gets away with a 12 hatch because it's really hard to do a cannon rush on this map.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, if you go Forge and they go 12 hatch, I feel like you're not very far behind, but I think advantage goes to Zerg early game.
For sure.
So,
and we've all played StarCraft long enough to know it comes down to those razor edge thin margins that you slowly snowball into a bigger and bigger lead. So it makes sense Tech opening with that gateway first here.
And sure enough, here we go. cRoSs is going for 12 hatch, knowing that. So he's going to try to take... Oh, my goodness. 10, 12 to start here.
And the Overlord's not going to spot it for a long time. He's going to drone scout, though. That's going to help him out a lot.
Yeah, I think the fear, though, here is that cross map, right? Like, now he has to go across the map with a double gate. So I think that's definitely going to make it sub-tricky. Yeah, that's not what you want. So... the question is, will cRoSs go in all the way with his drone, or will he see the gateway and run away? You know, will he see it and be done?
True. And it is kind of positioned in a way that there's a chance that you see one gateway, but not the other one. It's a little bit tricky how Tech has got this configured out here. I imagine cRoSs will still go deep with the drone just to doubly make sure. I'm sure he's played enough games where he's faced off against this, where he kind of... has it in the back of his mind that it's always going to be a possibility, but really you're not thinking about this in a game number 1 series. If you're thinking about 2-gate, you're thinking about like a proxy 2-gate. You're not really thinking about this kind.
He's not going to
getting
see
super
here.
Serious. He's not checking.
Going to see it. All right, here comes
gosh.
Zealot now. He's Zealot number 1, but oh my goodness, is he going to see this? Are we taking a far 3rd?
Yeah, he is. He's taking a far 3rd in the natural, and Tech isn't messing around. He's bringing the extra 3 probes even before the 2nd and 3rd Zealot are here. And I mean, this is like the most classic way of opening up to rush against Zerg. 3 Zealot, 3 probe is the way to go. And he's actually got 3 Zealot, 4 probe because of having the scouting probe out here. And he's even getting a bit of a delay on those Zerglings coming down the ramp, starting to chew away on one of those drones already.
Oh, we can't take damage.
Panic. Yeah, he needs to put out a
damage like this.
Oh, he's getting a pretty good surround on one Zealot. Does he manage to finish off? Oh, it's so close. He doesn't get it.
Yeah, the Sunken's starting to build here. 1 drone exposed. Really going to come down to micro at this point. Here we go. Good body blocking with, good drone drill there from cRoSs, and he is targeting down that Zealot who is glitching out. He's down to 1 Zealot already, and the first Sunken is up. He is going to cancel the second one, knowing that he is safe already. And this is a very strong hold here from cRoSs.
Oh, this is an exceptionally strong hold. Sometimes you're making 2 Sunkens, knowing that one's going to get targeted down a bit, and you're just hoping that the other one can finish up belatedly. But he doesn't even need the second morphing. This is the most optimal possible scenario for cRoSs going forward. Tech's in a little bit of trouble now.
Yeah, the only thing with 1 Sunken, if Tech continuously makes Zealots, maybe there's still one more timing for him to push through.
True.
If cRoSs tries to drone and push through. But I'm sure cRoSs will be sending his lings across the map because he doesn't really need to leave anything at home, right? He can block the ramp with a couple and make the sunken fight. So he might send those Zerglings down there just as a counter. Oh, he's just sending one to scout to see what's going on, right? I guess he just wants to know Nexus or no Nexus.
Mm-hmm. I mean, these 3 Zealots, they're pretty healthy. I mean, he could go for a run by on the Sunken, but it's not advisable. If you've got anything blocking the ramp, it's not a great situation to be in. It would make more sense just to kind of camp out here and wait for you, like, 5, maybe even 7 Zealots to show up before you attempt anything like that. He could maybe put pressure on this 3rd hatchery at the 9 o'clock, but he doesn't actually know for sure that cRoSs has expanded there yet.
Yeah, and then we see cRoSs playing super safe. I mean, if Tech is aware and gets on the map and scouts, he probably could put some pressure on that 3rd at least to make sure, try to get a force to cancel. I mean, I got to be honest here. I'm not loving Tech's decision here to continuously make Zealots and Pylons and not make a Nexus. I feel like he is going to be so far behind. I think having 3 to 4 Zealots would have been fine up here. Having 7, 8, I mean, now he almost is saying, I have to bust. Like, I'm going for it. And here it is. This will be it right here.
cRoSs knows it as well. He's scouted out. There's no Nexus. He knows what he needs to do. He's made nothing but Zerglings predominantly. He's got hardly any drones mining in the main base. Sunken doing a lot of work. Zealots need to break through the Zerglings and ignore the Sunken to have any chance at winning this, and he's not doing a good enough job. Zerglings holding the line, forcing the Zealots back. So many of them softened up and close to dying.
Yeah, and that's just tough right there for Tech. I mean, his Nexus just going down. All of his Zealots are now dead. Those 2 will die. I mean, he has a healthy probe count, but he is against a 3-hatch already Zerg that's just going to be able to drone up like no other. And maybe even throws down a 4th hatch here himself.
I mean, this can be a tricky map for Protoss, and this situation is just going to compound that factor. I guess he wanted to go for a cheeky early game play to set the tempo in this series and play on a map that's usually a little bit precarious for Protoss in some scenarios, and that would have really established himself. But he's kind of let this game slip through his fingers, being unable to punish cRoSs, and cRoSs's going to have a field day with him. He's just barely plugging up this wall, but since the cannon only just started, that puts a clock on the gateway. He's going to force the Zealots to come out to meet him. This is going to be problematic. The gateway is most likely going to go down before that cannon's even close to finishing. There is a shield battery as a backup plan to refresh the Zealots, but it might not matter as...
It's definitely not going to matter here in terms of how this game is going to progress through with that gateway going down. cRoSs forcing the probes off, going to get the cannon too. Ay. Now we're on 1 gate production. We've lost a lot of mining time. Yikes for Tech here.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't even really want to make the gateway again in the wall because the cannon's not finished yet. The Zerg can just kill it again. None of this feels good for Tech. There's no real optimal answers anymore. He's just trying to do his best to hold the line, not lose too many probes, but they're still falling. This is a very precarious situation to try and hold on to. cRoSs could even try and get some Zerglings into the main base or just surround the cannon over and over again. Nothing will end up leading to an optimal game state for Tech anymore. He's just in crisis management mode, even accidentally attacking his forge because he's in such a panic to try and stabilize against this.
Now we have 3 speedlings in the main. Oh my goodness, that's gonna cause problems for sure. Oh no, here come more lings from the front, canceling out that cannon right there.
Yeah, I mean, he might not get this other cannon, so this one will probably finish up. I mean, the damage has been done. The economy of Tech is basically in shambles, which has given major compensation to cRoSs. He's also got a 4th macro hatchery that's been plopped in his natural. He can go back to droning anytime he wants. He just wants to see if he can get the job done with some speedlings and overwhelm Tech and just put him either further and further behind or maybe kill him right now. It does look like Tech might be able to survive. It might be a bit of an ask for cRoSs to try and run it down with these Zerglings once the 2nd cannon's online and there's a wall again. So it might be advisable for cRoSs to start, droning up now and taking this into a bit of a later game. And Tech is going to have a bit of a hard time stabilizing the mid game from this point onwards.
Yeah, I'm wondering if cRoSs is just going to drop down another hatchery and go and just get 5 hatch and get into 5 hatch Hydra, and then slowly into a lair, and because he could just make so many drones now. Like, what is the threat, right? He sees there's 3 Zealots. They're all injured. Like, I don't think that Tech is going to be marching across the map with them anytime soon. And if he does,
Absolutely.
he's going to be met by a surprise backstab from all the circlings in his own third.
Yeah, the only thing going for Tech is that the Lair's super late, and ZURG aren't too worried about that in this situation. We've already controlled the game in this fashion. There's not really much the Protoss can do to you anymore. So even the Zealot's going to get caught out in the open. So Cross is even going to get value with the Zerglings he made, thinking about running it down. Even those Lings are now providing a massive value. There's no +1 on these Zealots, so he's trading out so good against this. And there's a 5th macro hatch on the way with lots of drones pumping. He's going to go into a more standard configuration from here on out, but he's just so far ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we just lost all of our Zealots. Now we have no pressure. cRoSs can literally drone into infinity, right? And he can just sit there. So he is not worried about it. And he is just probably going to pull away with this game. And we have the Stargate going up, the second gas. But like you said before, the damage is really already done here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, both players have really delayed Tech, but it favors cRoSs, not Tech. That's the thing. ZURG is able to kind of do what they want now. He could literally do anything. He could go into Spire and go like 3 gas Ogre ZURG, and even that would be pretty good. Or he could just stay on, pure hatchery Hydra, eventually get out lurkers, get a 4th base, take it super late game just to really drill it into Tech and never let him get a favorable game state from here on out. Anything is kind of possible for cRoSs. The world is his oyster. It just really depends how he wants to close the game out.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if we just see 6 hatch Hydra Overlord speed. Oh,
Probably.
And here's the second problem to this, right? We don't know what cRoSs is doing as Tech. Like, we're totally
Yeah.
blind.
No
So we're
vision.
making a second counter in the main. You're like, oh, hoping for the best.
Right.
Very tricky spot here. Very tricky spot.
And cRoSs is cross-teching, right? He has the Spire and the Den. So even once this Corsair comes in and confirms what cRoSs is doing, it doesn't actually tell him anything. He's got 2 gases. He could still go mutas. He won't necessarily have to commit to them. He could just make 5 or 6 to snipe probes, a couple of Scourge to zone out the Corsairs, and then switch again. Like, there's not really any information that's valuable to Tech from seeing this. He still doesn't know what cRoSs is going to do.
Oh, I saw a Robo down here, Sean. So maybe we're going to go for the Hail Mary double Stargate Robo. Maybe we're going to go Sarah Reaver and hope for the best.
Okay, I mean, that's a hard build to pull off when you're not behind, let alone when you are behind. So I'd be wanting to take my hat off to Tech if he somehow pulls it out of the hat and wins with this, because it doesn't seem like it should work. And cRoSs's taking a 4th base in the top right. I guess this could work if cRoSs wasn't droning really heavily and taking a 4th. Maybe there's a world in which he slowly gets this Reaver online and the Reaver's shut down the Hydra timing and trying to put pressure on. I guess there is a way of that working. I just don't see it in the cards right now.
Yeah, I mean, listen, hey, this is, I guess, a way to try to stay in it and try to drag the game out, especially if he can take a 3rd somewhere, right? These bases like this 3rd are, I don't know if he knows there's 2 Stargates, but maybe he catches Tech or Tech catches cRoSs with the double Stargates and kills a ton of Overlords and hopes for the best here, but I have concerns.
I think any player watching this that plays Protoss has a lot of concerns for Tech right now. It doesn't feel good. And the hardest thing about playing Reaver set is securing an expansion. It's okay to be on 2 base, but it's not going to win you the game. You have to get that 3rd base online. And all the ZURG has to do is just never let you get that 3rd base. Essentially, that's the ZURG's win condition in the mid game. And I'm sure cRoSs's going to attempt to do that. I doubt he's going to ever let a 3rd base come online quick. Did you see the double Stargate?
He did. See the
Okay.
Stargate, yep.
That's big information. Yeah, this is going to make it just a little bit harder for the Sayers to surprise cRoSs in this game now.
Yeah, seems like we're trying to get this like Speed Zealot Reaver timing. Like maybe you catch it with just Hydra, not enough Hydra. But he's been on 6 hatcheries. I mean, look at that drone saturation.
Pretty wild. And he's quite eclipsing Tech in supply. Look at that. It's insane.
Yeah, and I gotta imagine 10, 12 of that. Oh, look, he's gonna try to sneak a base down here.
Okay. I mean,
Hold
cRoSs's
on.
not checking for it. He's checking the base towards 3 o'clock. So maybe if this goes unscouted long enough to get some cannons over there, yeah, maybe there's a world in which Tech can come back from this. Oh, the Lynx sees the probe moving up the ramp. What a great scout from cRoSs.
Oh no, the shuttle! The shuttles! No, run away! Oh my goodness.
Man.
Tech immediately shaking his head, knowing that his entire build is now in even bigger trouble because there is no Reaver with this push. But we killed a ton
that's
of...
that's like training your entire life to be a coder and then the AI replaces you.
Oh, that's tough. Now he's in trouble. Third base has been scouted by cRoSs. Reaver is down. I mean, just adding. If it wasn't an uphill battle already, now we're climbing up a mountain that has snow, other weather.
Yeah, this is Everest without any like proper boots or like extra oxygen tanks or something. Not good. He does kill the hatchery at 12. cRoSs is kind of going nuts and taking all kinds of bases. Does get that one taken out, so a little bit here. He's going to try and see if he can get the natural hatchery going down in the top right quadrant as well. He just needs any kind of win to slowly claw his way back in this game. cRoSs will go after the overlords while the zealots are being killed on the hatchery. He is going to save that hatchery, though. I guess it's okay. You know, he's putting cRoSs in a bit of a supply block here, but I still think the writing's on the wall for him. Losing that Shadow and Reaver and not having a third online, he's going to be really up against it.
Yeah, we're going to go back for another set of Reavers here, and Zealot Reaver are way into it, but has Overlords. He sees that, 6 o'clock trying to be taken, another probe going there now. cRoSs just expanding nonstop, right? You saw he tried to take 12 o'clock. I'm assuming he'll throw another hatchery down.
Yeah. cRoSs is just a macro monster as well, by the way. Like, I played a 3v3 fastest against him one time. I just literally could not keep up with him. It's insane what he can do.
We saw Tech trying to put it extra high. There was some lag in there. You kind of saw him adjust his chair. I think he knows the state of where we are here. Him trying to do anything at this point. I mean, we have 12 Zealots versus what looks to be 3 groups of Hydra. He's just kind of laughing and smiling, and
at least he's in good spirits, I guess. He's going to need it for the rest of the series, right? You got to have a strong mindset about you going into the future games. Tilting is not the answer, so at least he's got that going. But yeah, there's pretty much nothing he can do in this game. All cRoSs has to do is never let the third get taken, and he's done that. GG is called, and a seriously convincing win for cRoSs.
Yeah, I mean, his one hope was that Zealot Reaver timing, but he got the shuttle snipe, so that game's going to go to cRoSs. I mean, I don't mind the opener from Tech, right? Like, you're in a series here, a bunch of games. Why not go for it? Why not give it a try? It doesn't hurt. Kind of keeps your opponent on their toes. Maybe you sneak game 1. But cRoSs map was unfortunate, and cRoSs really handled that first 3 Zealots and 4 probes really well, so...
I feel like that 2-gate build is better on much shorter rush distance maps. Like back in the day on Fighting Spirit, it was one of the go-to builds, right? You'd have 2 people building the 2 gates as the wall in because of how short the rush distance were, close spawns. But on most modern maps, it's so hard to actually get value out of that build against a competent Zerg that knows how to react against it. But I understand the choice. You kind of have to mix it up in a series and keep the Zerg guessing what you're going to do as well. You don't want to get metagamed into oblivion.
Yeah, I think that, like I said, I think that's fine. It's just, it's unfortunate when it fails. Like we saw the laughter at the end. Is that true laughter, or is that really frustration? So that's
laughter.
Yeah, that's the real question, right? Like, which one is it? So hopefully is in good spirits, like you're saying, and not kind of being like, oh no, I can't believe I just did that and screwed up so bad.
Yeah.
But. You gotta be resilient in these series, right? It takes 3 wins to win a series here, no matter which way you do it. So you gotta continue moving on there.
Well, quickly talking about the map picks, Litmus and Roaring banned, Tech banned Litmus, cRoSs banned Screaming Sea. It was actually Tech's pick to go Metropolis. Now Radion is the choice of cRoSs, which is coming up next. We're jumping right into it. Game number 2, Tech versus cRoSs, Radion. Spawning here in the top right, the Chilean Protoss Tech.
And in the bottom up, right, already up 1-0, it's cRoSs. All right, let's see now. Let's see what Tech does this game. Are we going to just go into a standard gateway of Forge? And how does cRoSs respond now, knowing that there's a little bit of trickery that's been had already?
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, these aren't bad spawns for Tech as well, because, you know, cRoSs's natural third is towards the Protoss, so that's something. And honestly, Radiant, not always the easiest of maps to play on for Zerg. It's mainly to do with the Sim City is a bit precarious. Like, if say, cRoSsy took 6 o'clock as his third, even his natural third, it's not the easiest thing to Sim City up. A lot of times, the Speed Zealots can still come in there and do a lot of damage.
Yeah, I'm assuming cRoSs picked this map as it's so standard.
Yeah,
he's used to playing it, you know, so he's just like, you know what? I'm going to play the map that I know. We're going to play something standard. Nothing crazy like last game can happen. We're just going to have what we need, you know? So
yeah. And there is only like one timing where this map can be weak for Zerg, is that initial speed lot push. Besides that, it's actually quite a good map for Zerg, like you were saying. Ooh. Okay, he's doing pull first, so this would be a really hard counter to something like a 12 Nexus coming out of Tech. But it looks like it's going to be a Forge timing here, I think, right? Is that like a 12 Forge or something?
11 Forge, and you scout both probes to see if you can put the Nexus first, or if you need a cannon. Once he recognizes that cRoSs's pull first, he will have to put down the cannon. The thing you can't mess up here, and I've done it multiple times, is you got to have a probe kind of close to the Forge, because if you don't, and these lings pop, and there's no cannon, the cannon's got to be started by the time the lings pop. So
yeah.
Okay, he's got one going out there, so that's good news.
If he sees 6 lings, doesn't he need 2 cannons?
He's gonna need 2 cannons, yeah.
Right.
You can go with 1, but then they can just run by or kill it.
I guess you could make 1 cannon and pull like 5 or so.
Did he go
probes to
Nexus
block.
first? Wait, did he go with the Nexus?
He did.
The game's over.
Yeah, because basically the cannon has to be started as the lings are like popping out of the eggs, depending on the rush distance. And this isn't cross map. Maybe cross map this would be safe because it's like 38 seconds rush distance cross map, but close spawns not so much. Even kills the probe that was trying to body block.
We're gonna pull like all of our probes.
I would say yeah.
No way. We're gonna make it.
10 probes and maybe you hold.
Well, no, I think you know what it is. He chased that probe down, so we're going to be able to get some time. The question is, how much are we going to lose?
Let's see. Kills one probe, tries to get another one maybe. Doesn't find that, but gets a probe eventually. He's going to run by the cannon since he lost too much DPS from losing those legs. Oh, nice block from Tech. Holy, this is probably one of the best scenarios for Tech, right? Like only one Zergling harassing the main. It's not that bad. He can actually just chase down this ling with like 2 or 3 probes.
Yeah, I think the issue is we lost like 3 probes, and we lost some of the mining from about 4 or 5. But in terms of best case scenarios, this might be like you're saying, where oh no,
now not so much, but yeah, it's not too bad either. I mean, he did get away with making only 1 single cannon, I guess, but yeah, losing a little bit too many probes. That 1 probe there hurt a lot.
Because if you look at the supply counts, they're pretty much even. So
he's actually got a probe in the main as well. Look, he just now fixed it. Okay.
All right, and we have a probe on the left side of the map that's going to be used for scouting.
Yeah, hiding out on the map. He's going to check down here in a little bit.
Oh no! Oh no! Run probe! Oh my goodness!
This is why you just chase down the ling with like 2 or 3 probes and don't worry about the lost mining time. You kind of have to do it to avoid these kind of situations. You'll even see pro gamers do that. As soon as the 1 ling is in the base, they'll just chase it down with like 2 or 3 probes and get it out of there.
Yeah, and the question now, will the Zealot do some damage though? I don't know if cRoSs has made more lings at home. He might have just been joining hard, not knowing with the gateway, so maybe Tech can get some counter damage. I'm a little surprised to see that cRoSs now took the far third again. I guess he's feeling comfortable versus Tech with this style. Oof, okay, we got that ling. That's a big deal.
Yeah. I'm okay with him taking this base in the bottom left natural. It doesn't feel as good with these spawn locations to take the natural third. So I'm kind of okay with that. And like I said, the 6 o'clock is a bit too hard to sim city up sometimes. I think this is okay.
Yeah, and we have the Spire down already here for cRoSsy.
He's super ahead.
Concerning, yeah, because I don't even know if we started the core. We may have more Zealots flooding down.
Ooh.
We have enough lings here from cRoSs. We are going to trap Nope. All right, maybe he gets the
Ooh,
drone
ooh.
kill. Ooh.
Yeah, if he gets like
Nope.
1 or 2 drone kills, maybe he can slowly even the odds. But even then, it's a slight edge to cRoSs just because of the tech timings. He's not going to get a drone, I don't think.
No, we're not going to get a drone.
Ugh.
We're sending another zealot in here.
This is going from rough to rougher for tech here,
So,
unfortunately.
He has speed here, XUN. So one of the problems with what he just did with those zealots is these lings can just run in and win the game. Like if he doesn't, say Tech knows he's got to block because the counter here is not serious. Yeah, so he's probably going to actually kill some more probes.
Okay, he's got a zealot popping out.
Okay.
That's not too bad. Okay.
Oh, don't let him in there, Tech. Don't let him in there, Tech. Good micro. Good micro. Okay. We did a good micro there from Tech. I was a little nervous we were pulling probes back and we were going to allow some Zerglings in our base. That would have been really unfortunate.
Yeah, you ain't kidding, man.
Cannon in the main. I wonder if cRoSs will go with the 5 Muta, knowing that he's so far ahead in tech and just look to like pick things off, or if he's just
Probably.
going to scout. Because
I think I would like the 5 meter option myself, but he doesn't have to, right? He can literally do anything and still be okay.
yeah, I mean, that natural is very exposed, so he might see that, then decide to make the 5. Like from the top of that natural, you can sit there and harass with Muta.
Oh yeah. It's actually really tough. And even just forcing him to make cannons in the natural is a bit of a win for the Zerg as well.
Well, here, once again, right, you're Protoss and you're blind, so you don't know. So you got to start making these cannons, and every time you make an extra cannon, it's like you're losing
gateways.
just time. Yeah, you're not making gateways, you're not making, like, we have 1 zealot, right? Like, there's no pressure here from Tech to cRoSs. cRoSs is even making a 3. Oh my goodness, we're taking a 4th base already here.
I mean, he can just go Turtle Zerg, right? And just not care.
Yeah.
And like just macro up like a monster. Is he going to cannon rush that? He's got the probe hiding behind that mineral line.
It'd be interesting. I'd rather see him make a gateway and make some DTs or something.
Me too. He needs to make something, man.
Yeah, do something, different here, because if you just cannon rush this and
I don't know if I like the cannon rush. I kind of understand it, but I don't agree with the choice. I feel like you need to just consolidate your own infrastructure at this point. Even if you do knock out this 4th base, it doesn't win you the game. It just slows down the inevitable.
I wonder if we're going to see fast hive here from cRoSs. It's double Evo.
That would be kind of insane, honestly.
I think we're going to see mass ling into fast.
He can. He can just cancel that, right? He made the cannons too early. Am I crazy?
No, it should be enough. I mean, 3 cannons is a lot. I don't know if we need 3 cannons. 2 cannons, I think, would have been fine, but...
Yo, don't the cannons finish just before the hatch pops? Am I crazy?
No, I think the hatch will pop. And you can just click S on them,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I think I think you're right. I think it's good.
But I don't know if this is worth it on a 4th base.
I don't think it's good either. I can understand the play, but I just don't see it being good long term. Like, I don't think cRoSs really cares about not mining from that base right now. And it's a massive investment, all those cannons down there in the 4th base. You've got, like, nothing back at home. You've got 1 gateway, and now you're making more at, like, 8 minutes 30.
Yeah, and cRoSs making Burrow to block all the bases here.
Ugh.
He is, I think we're definitely going to see a fast hop into just mass type of Zergling, Defiler.
Mm-hmm.
Is he just going to make another hatch trip?
Yeah, he's going to take the gas only. He's just going to literally just make it above so we can mine the gas and call it a day.
Oh my god.
That's pretty
cRoSs
funny.
is just pulling out for the style points now.
Yeah, I like it a lot. He's even got the Flyer Carapace, so like Overlords and scourge are going to be harder to deal with the Corsairs. He's not going to bully them quite as easily as he would normally be able to. We get maybe like 1 or 2 Overlord picks here and there, but eventually cRoSs is going to be just fine. He's even getting a couple of Mutalisks out now. Here come the Scourge.
Oh no, cannot lose these Corsair.
That's like the only thing he's got right now.
Yeah, like we cannot lose these. We need these. The problem is I feel like he wants to do like a double DT. And I think that's going to be very... there's nowhere to go with Spore. Maybe Tech can mine from that bottom base, He just builds the Nexus there and starts mining himself. Like he lets cRoSs have the
They could just share the base.
gas, but he'll take the. He'll take. The
I like it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That'd be pretty funny to see. But yeah, I think you're right about the Zerglings. I think he's just going to have some mutas for map control, and he's just going to flood lings, get early, late game tech online, basically, with the double evo. He's actually taking the base in the top left as
he's
well.
He's going to kill these cannons now. Oh my god, he's taking top left too.
He's
cRoSs,
crazy.
Being crazy, bro. He's ready. All right, here we go.
cRoSs, though. Yeah, he's going to pounce on these cannons. He's just going to make short work of these, man. 3 cannons does not beat this on paper in any scenario.
Yeah. Sees the DT. I think these mute are really here just to help fight the Sarah, right? Like distract
literally.
the Scourge, just so they can just kill off the stuff. You don't
just
lose
for a bit
anything.
of map control and stuff. Yeah, making sure not too many overlords die.
Because
yes,
I don't know if Tech has recognized what he's up against.
Probably
like
not.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like when this happens to you as Protoss, you really need to almost go like double. You know, I've actually talked to cRoSs about the scenario, like when you play against this like fast hive like upgrades, and his response to me was, "Go 3 forges, just get mass upgrades, no storm, zealot, archon, and the Zerg can never kill you." So
yeah, it's not a bad idea actually. You know, that makes sense.
If you don't recognize it, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Anything that he loses right now is like gold dust slipping through his fingers. He's already lost 1 Templar. Can't afford to lose another. Probe is making its way out to take a 3rd base, but that's going to get shut down in such a hurry.
Yeah, because once you're behind... Oh, come on, no more. Okay, we're getting the Scourge. Okay, that's a big... At least we got the Scourge. We lost the Templar. We have the Scourge. Now the Sarah can fly down and fight, which is good.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is that once you're behind as Protoss on the upgrades, it's like almost impossible to come back to like catch up again. Right? So you almost can never trade effectively with the Zealot, Storm, Sarah, because the Lings are just trade incredibly well. And like we're never gonna see we're 1-1 already.
Yeah, now he's ahead of the curve.
Oh
right?
no, we're gonna snipe Templar with Lings.
Mineral units are killing gas units, Razz.
That's never what you want to see.
Oh no.
We only have one. We only have one spore though. Like we could just dive in there and kill all those overlords. You know,
that's true. That's true. There's no Scourge around. Certainly could.
Yeah, we could.
Now it's too late. He's got Scourge.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if he has a robo. I don't know if he recognizes that there are burrowed lings.
I don't think so, and that's one of the reasons why the High Templars have been sniped so easily, right? Like he's seeing the High Templar with the burrowed ling, and then the mutas come in and snap it up.
Oh no! And now he sees with his burrowed lings this 3rd, and they're only zealot, and he can't build. I don't know if he's built there yet to recognize it's unbuildable either.
No,
so
I don't think he has.
Oh no! Not the Sarah. Okay, we lose a couple Sarah.
The mutas are super low as well. Maybe the Sares can start to do something.
Tech is laughing because he has now recognized that cRoSs has burrowed lings. Oh my god, he got the lings up. He killed the probe and burrowed again. Oh my god.
This is crazy how much cRoSs is starting on Tech. Like, I'm not making fun of Tech. I'm just blown away by how good cRoSs is playing.
Yeah, I mean, cRoSs just absolutely showing his strength, man. He's not messing around.
I mean, he's just getting it out and putting it on the table and saying, look at it.
Yeah, I mean, cRoSs doing whatever he wants. He could probably just go into what I would never say Zerg should use in PvZ or PvP is Ultralist, but I think we're going to get there. I think we're going to see
those were the old school days, right, Razz? Ultra Ling versus Paradox and like Archons and stuff. That's good fun, man. All the High Templars are dead. Every single High Templar.
My Protoss heart hurt.
I mean, just think of it like this. This is good propaganda. This is like showing you why ZVP's imbalanced, right? Like you just say, "Oh, see what I mean? I told you Zerg was OP."
Oh my goodness. Tech laughing again and Gigi's out. I don't think those are laughs of calmness, Sean. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think we're. I don't think those are like, haha, I'm having fun. That's a tough
I'm out of my depth right now.
Yeah, I think a little bit there. That's unfortunate. I think Tech's really just got to focus on not being greedy, not, this next game, and just get into a standard game, right? Just. Oh,
He
man,
just
I'm
wrote
looking.
in the chat, "Are you enjoying humiliating me to cross?" This is crazy, man.
Yeah, so I think he just needs to really refocus and get himself into just a standard game. Like, no game has been standard enough yet to see what Tech can really do. First game, we went double gate into pressure. This game, we went Nexus first, despite scouting pool first. Lose probes early, so like Tech is not really starting the games in any kind of even state. He's always starting the games behind.
And as you know, Razz, the first 5 minutes of the game, the most important.
Yeah, especially in PvZ, and losing 3-4 probes is almost like game-ending damage versus someone like cRoSs. So I know Tech knows that he needs to pull out some stops. Like, I do it myself. Like, oh my goodness, let me 12 Nexus this game and try to get it, But I think he needs to just get into the game and play and build himself into it and feel good about it. Like, let's get into a normal state mid-game macro, taking a third, because right now, like he's saying it himself, cRoSs is toying with him a little bit because he's in such a advantageous position all the time.
Yeah. You're not wrong about that. The next map's actually going to be Knockout. Taking a third gas is a little bit hard for Protoss on this map. You might have to just be forced to take a mineral-only third, which doesn't always feel great. Can be okay, but yeah, you ideally want a fast third gas as Protoss, and you might not be able to do that on Knockout. And it is his map choice. I guess it's good against Hydra Bus with the Trench, but I don't think cRoSs needs the Hydra Bus to beat him.
Yeah, I think that Tech chose this. I don't know if he's going to try the Nexus first. That's very standard here to go Nexus first. I think that's okay.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Maybe he has something else up his sleeve. Maybe we're going to see center gates,
Yeah. I mean, he did open up the 2 gate on the game number 1. Anything is possible. He said, good luck, have fun, GG, and then left the game. Maybe got a disconnect or something. So bear with us a few moments here while Tech gets back into the game. But yeah, got to be Knockout. It's got this massive trench in the natural. Can give you a bit of a false sense of security when you think, there's no way I'm going to get Hydra busted, so I don't need as many cannons. But they can still bust you on maps like this.
Yeah, gotta just make sure your cannons are back like a half a hex, right? So that you can't go through. That's really the key.
All right, let's see what both players have got in store for us. I mean, this is a pretty balanced map for PvZ. We're getting into it, though. Game number 3, Knockout, cRoSs versus Tech. Spawning here in the top left, having a field day from Canada, cRoSs.
And in the bottom left, we have Tech. All right, I hope Tech can just keep it simple.
I mean, to keep it simple, you have to have nothing happen to you in the first 5 minutes, and cRoSs has not let that happen at all.
Yeah.
Which is what you want, right? Like, there's some foreigner thinking where it's like, okay, if I want to beat an opponent I'm confident against, I need to just play super standard and close out the game. But the more Asian orientated the mindset in terms of like how the Koreans approach it, if they feel confident against you, they want to not style on you, but force interactions, force you to not be able to cope with the beaten path they've laid out for you. And cRoSs has certainly done that today, just made it really hard for Tech to keep up in any fashion.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, you may feel that you are not as good of a player. I've been there and you're like, I'm going to do something tricky, but I don't know if that means you should do something tricky or greedy every single game, right? Because I think that you want to look at your series and say, at least I gave it a shot and mixed it up and things like that, because you've now alerted cRoSs to the fact that, hey, I want to do something tricky. And if you keep doing that, it becomes predictable in itself, right? Like, you're not tricky anymore.
Look at Tech, he's got this massive grin on his face, like he's just entered the Thunderdome and there's no way out, so you just kind of got to grit and bear it and hope for the best. I hope he's still maintaining a positive mindset. Like, you can't lose that winner's attitude. As soon as you expect to lose, you're gonna lose.
Yeah, and I think if you choose to, play that way, like, you have to be okay with the fact that things may go wrong, right? Like, you're taking a risk. Like, in your mindset to the game, you have to say, yeah, okay, I went for this risk, I tried, it failed. Okay, like move on. Like if you can't do that, then you shouldn't play that way.
True. He's gone for gateway expand here again. He did the 2 gate in game number 1, did the forge in game number 2. And now we have a standard gate expand. So we're trying something new every game thus far as Tech, and I like to see it. See if he can navigate this into a more favorable game state. It's going to be a little bit of a mini game once cRoSs starts to punish the natural. You kind of need to keep one probe, one zealot on the ramp, and the other zealot buys time for the other zealot to pop out of the gateway. And he's going to try and hide this zealot out on the map and see if he can hope for the best here.
Yeah, I think hiding it out there, attacking the third, which it seems like cRoSs is going to take, I think it's totally fine. You get some distraction. We just can't let Lings in here, Sean, right? Like, that's the trick. We need to be by this ramp. Okay, here we go. The
zealot seems slow coming out of this gateway. Am I crazy?
Well, is the second one, right? Oh, no, it cannot get trapped, Sean. We cannot.
Oh. Takes a lot of damage already. No more shields on either one of these zealots. He's going to kill them both.
Oh, no, Sean. He's already shaking his head. He knows that was so detrimental. We need to send the zealot in. We cannot have this third zealot home, and cRoSs is all in. And there's the GG already from Tech, and cRoSs going to take this one extremely quickly. So I think sending the zealot, okay, if you're going to do that and you're going to fight, you really just need to block the ramp and kind of pull back and forth. And we kind of fought a little too early with just the zealot, so it takes too much damage, so then we can't fight the Lings. And usually you want to have your other zealot that's out attacking some drones or causing some Zerglings to stay home. We didn't really use the zealot on the map, so unfortunately cRoSs sees that, and a player like cRoSs is going to jump on it and go after it.
Yeah, I might be totally insane. I just felt like the optimizations were ever so slightly off. Usually that third zealot's popping out a few ticks earlier, and he just had no real way of stopping the Lings killing the gateway, and was then, ended up trading poorly as a result with that zealot on the map doing nothing. Kind of unfortunate. That's one of the most one-sided affairs we've had in BSL. And that's not because Tech was playing bad per se. cRoSs is just out of his mind today, going through to the semifinals. In the other side of the bracket, you've got Zeke and DeWalt facing off against each other. And if cRoSs can take it down in the semifinals, he'll be against one of them. But Tech's not out of it yet. He's dropped down to that losers bracket. He'll be playing against either Bonith or eOnzErG, whichever one of those lose their next series, which we're going to be having coming up here in a moment.
Yeah, and you can't be hard on yourself when you're Tech, right? Like you're in the final 8 top BSL, like you're going to be playing some monsters, right? Like that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, it's just the way it goes sometimes, man. We've just been asked if we would like a break. I'm actually good to keep going. If you are, Razz, how do you feel?
Yeah, if the players are ready. If the players need a moment to do bans and stuff, we can take a break. If not, then let's jump into it. All right, we're going to be starting with our next matches here just in a second. We're not going to go off. So, all right, cRoSs is advanced now in the 3-0, which seems to be the way of the world right now in terms of this round of 8. But I'm not expecting that in this next game here, Sean. This next series between Bonith and eOnzErG, I'm not expecting a 3-0. I'm expecting maybe to have some back and forth here. I think two of these players are both just so incredible and so good. eOnzErG, Bonith know what it is to compete at the highest levels. I think this is going to be a really, really good series.
I think so. And some of you guys in the chat might disagree, but I would just like to point out that way back when, there's been games where, eOnzErG was actually beating Bonith. I would say overall, Bonith has gotten the better end of the stick, but it's not unheard of that eOnzErG's been able to take games off him before. Could happen again here today. In more recent times, though, it has been a little bit more dominant for Bonith. I think, back in BSL 10, he 4-2'd eOnzErG, but that's a 4-2. That's not a 4-0. So I do think there's going to be a bit of back and forth in this series, pretty much no matter what happens.
Yeah, I think eOnzErG, streams a bunch, plays, knows the game really, really well, inside and out, just like Bonith. So I think he will be able to, swing back at Bonith a bit. And I think, like I said before, Eon can 9-7-3 all in. He can get after it. He can play late game. So I think that he really has it. Ooh, interesting enough here, Shun. Roaring Seas makes it through as a Bonith pick for game number 3.
That's crazy.
Which I wonder, because I saw his series with Striker, and he did the Sair, Reaver, Carrier. You know, I'm interested to play against Eon, because he played through that era of, that being the go-to strategy.
I mean, it has to be said that Screaming Sea is quite literally the best map for Reaver Sair into Carrier, and you'll even go to four Stargate Carrier. Kind of strong, but let's be all real, guys. It's a Zerg favored map, so kind of nutty and confident for Bonith to pick that. I hope it doesn't come back to haunt him later on. Could just be the ticket for eOnzErG if he gets a win on that map number 3, and he's already got one game from either Polestar or Knockout. He's going to be feeling great going into the 4th game up 2-1. So yeah, that could come back to haunt Bonith later on.
Yeah. I like his Dominator ban. I think that map is very hard PvZ in terms of Zerg just being able to set up so defensively well on the little pizza slices. I see the ban from eOnzErG Radeon probably recognizing that's the most standard, most Bond style map. So he's like, I'm getting that out of here.
Yeah, it makes total sense. I'm okay with all these picks and totally get behind the Metropolis pick for eOnzErG as well. I think it's a great map for ZVP, especially depending on the spawn location. So yeah, I'm happy with all of these map picks. The only thing that really sticks out to me is that Screaming Sea pick from Bonith. It's a little bit ambitious from him, but at the very least, we'll see some great games, hopefully, as a result.
Yeah, I think it'll be a really good series here. I'm excited to see these players getting after it. Bon is very partial to the Zealot openers, right? To make sure that he can use his micro to get after you. So I'm sure Eon knows that. I wonder if we'll see a 9-pull speed from Eon, knowing that Bonith is really partial to that, to try to catch him one time. Like, this is where the mind games of knowing both players and their style start to come into play, right? Like, who's going to do what to who? So I think it'll be, I think that will be definitely a factor here.
I think so. I think the longer the series, the more and more it seems a bit like poker, where you kind of have to respect the full range of play. If you try and play too tight and do kind of only like 1 or 2 different variations, the other guy is going to absolutely run rings around you. You kind of do need to mix it up. I think that's literally one of the only things that holds DeWalt back from, like, say, breaking into the ASL. Like, he's such a good player, but his range of style in terms of his build order variations is a little bit too narrow to really get one over the more dominant pro gamers.
Yeah. Oh, man. Do you think Bonith on Roaring Seas is really going to go the Sair Reaver Carrier again? You think he's going to do it, Sean? Is he going to? I keep thinking back to that.
I mean, it's not worked for many pro gamers, but they seem to like it a lot.
I'm really curious to see what he's going to do.
Yeah, I am. Let's be honest, though. We get to guarantee see that. It's game number 3, so no matter what happens in the series, even if somehow it is a one-sided affair, we're going to be seeing that Screaming Sea map. So it's going to give us some interesting games. So we're going to probably see fireworks on that map. Even Snow, after losing the ASL and having a really disappointing performance because he couldn't quite play his A game, and apparently he kept getting the wrong spawn locations to execute the builds he wanted to do. He still said he likes maps like Screaming Sea, being in the map pool so that they can have those great, interesting games that you don't usually see. Both players are ready, though, so we're jumping into it. Game number 1, Bonith versus eOnzErG on Polestar. Spawning here in the top right, the blue Zerg, eOnzErG.
And in the top left, a man who needs no introduction, it is Bonith.
Quite literally one of the best micro users in the foreigner scene. Just insane what he can do. Sometimes his macro might slip a little, but as long as his production cycles are there, he understands he just needs to prioritize like making the probes and not worrying about sending them to mine right away. And he can force out good trades against just about any player, especially in the foreigner scenes. The only guy running rings around DeWalt, that's for sure. He's going to be performing well today. That you can be certain of.
Yeah, Bonith already looks like he's going to be opening with a gateway first, as he does. You know, his probe and Zell in the beginning, I've seen it just kill 4 or 5 lings at a time. You know, he is just unbelievable how well he knows how units interact and then controls them that way. So very, very impressive.
He's actually a really good 2v2 player as well. I've been casting the Eslon tournament that Fliz organized as a 2v2 tournament, and Bonith has been just going gangbusters on that. All pretty much undefeated alongside Keke Pepe the Zerg, who's not even that great of a 2v2 player, but Bonith is just carrying every game with that unit control.
He is that good, man. He's crazy. So, overpool opening here from Eonz. So, very standard openers from both players. Just kind of gonna get into that, mid game. We'll see what Bonith can do with this Zealot. We'll see if he sends it across the map, knowing it's the overpool.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that some Zergs make. It's like you kind of go into autopilot mode and don't even think about hiding this second Overlord. But it's such a tell to the Protoss when they know that you're not 9-pooling. They don't even have to check the main base anymore.
Eon building one set of Zerglings. Now maybe most likely a second. At least 4, I would imagine he's going to make right here to start.
Yeah, he's drone scouting, so he could make 2. But it's been a lot more in the meta to go reasonably quick up to 4.
He made a drone.
Okay. Well, I think this is fine with a drone scout. Like in the old school. Okay, there's the 4th. The old school meta was you make 2 links if you drone scout. If you don't drone scout, you go straight into 4. It's kind of like a more stylistic thing. But in the modern era, obviously the gateway expands so much more common, so it's not too crazy to open with 4 relatively early, no matter what.
Here we go. We got 2 links sneaking on past the Zealot. Going to be met by a probe and the Zealot on the ramp. Not going to be able to get in.
This is like one of the most common mini games we have right now as well. And you're just going to be waiting for that 3rd Zealot to pop out to kind of guarantee and secure this. eOnzErG is going to be a little bit cute running around with these Zerglings and doing some chip damage to these buildings, but it might not amount to much, although he's getting a reasonable chunk off the shields of the gateway. Sometimes if you end up ling flooding, that can play a factor.
And Eon is capable. That could be something that triggers him to do it if he gets enough health off of this thing.
Ooh.
Little ling sandwich there for those Zealots.
Yeah, it could have been tasty, but slips through their fingers. Looks like it is going to be a lair at the 3rd base, was that? Or was that speed first? I didn't actually see the minerals tick down enough to know for sure. Did he make a lair at the 3rd base? No. So
nope.
Ling speed.
We got ling speed here. Maybe he feels like, maybe he saw that there's no forge, that he went core first.
I mean, this is a good trigger to go. He's already got damage on the gateway. Yeah, you see the core in the natural. I feel like, this is a great opportunity to go for something like that. And he's not like super all in as well. Oh, he's going to maybe deny this probe. Getting into the main base, that's another big deal because he won't be seeing an unfinished lair in the main, so he'll be able to put the puzzle pieces together. Hang on a minute, that was probably a speed first. Might be a little bit safer against this, but I don't know if it will matter. I think he could still... Ooh! Getting a single ling behind the wall is a bit of a win.
Yeah, we made enough lings at home. I think Bonith was kind of just doing the old fake. I'm going to send out a couple, make some lings, then pull them home, so that way he's just not free droning. We'll see what pops out of all these eggs. Bonith playing very sharp here. Timings are all very good.
Yeah.
He's delaying that second gas a little bit, like 450 is a little bit late. So maybe he's going to want to try to get a quicker timing for leg speed and get some gateways down.
Well, he sees the ling speed now. And he's not making a second cannon. He feels pretty safe. Is he safe, though? Like, the gateway's going to almost be dead as the cannon's warping in. Oh, the lings are starting to bleed through a little bit. The gateway's going to go down. But will it have a good enough pro pull? He can still hold on. Lings do get surface area on that first cannon, though, Razz. It will fall. Ooh. He's going to rotate into the main with a handful of 6 lings while pressuring the other cannons in the natural. Bonith is having a hard job stabilizing.
Yeah, we're microing like crazy on both fronts here. I don't know. I think Bonith may have... Oh, no. So some more lings get in. 4 lings get on the cannon. Bonith all of a sudden in a little bit of trouble here. He is pulling the probes and zealots. Okay, he's resecured the wall. He definitely needs another cannon. Eon is going for it here, Shun. We have canceled the lair, and we are just going Hydra Den, ling speed. Here we go. He notices that Zealot is weak, and he's going to bust in again. Lings from both sides. Gateway going down.
Oh, jeez. He's going to get the cannon. Oh, my gosh. If game number 1 ends up like this, it blows the whole lid off the whole rest of the series. Bonith knows it. He's tapping out. That's a quick game number win pickup for eOnzErG. We have Screaming C in game number 3. Is eOnzErG going to win this series?
I know that's a really strong start. I mean, I guess him seeing how much damage he did to the gateway, Bonith going with a core before a forge, which is pretty standard when you're up against an overpool and not a problem. But Eon just said, no way, man, I'm going for it. Pulls the trigger, sneaks Lings in, and busts Bonith in the front. Wow, Bonith cannot be thrilled with that in game number 1.
No. I mean, he's actually quite as cool as a cucumber as it gets for Protoss StarCraft gamers in general. But yeah, he can't be feeling super hot about that. And I feel like, yeah, picking the Screaming C, having to play that no matter what and not banning it, doesn't feel super hot for Bonith. I have to say, you got to take your hat off to eOnzErG. He's one of these guys that he didn't start off good, man. He was really getting schooled on way back when, and he's just one of those guys that grinded out so many games. He wasn't even like that natural of a talented player to begin with, but he's played so much, he's worked so hard, and finally he's starting to see a lot of fruit of that labor in these recent years. He's such a formidable player now.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, we see here in these games, man, little edges, man, experience, knowledge, you know, it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
It's kind of crazy, honestly. I really do respect eOnzErG. He's such a hard worker. You got to respect it, man. And Bonith, he's got good micro, but this is his weakest matchup. And having that much of a tempo loss already in this series, really do feel like this could be going towards eOnzErG. We'll have to wait and see, though. We've got Knockout coming up next. I think both players are ready, so we're jumping right into the action. Game number 2, Bonith versus eOnzErG on Knockout. Spawning in the top right, representing Poland, 1 game down, Bonith.
And in the bottom right, it's eOnzErG.
The Belgian beast.
He got to be feeling good there, Sean. Taking game 1 kind of eases some of the nerves, right? Not that Eon hasn't played in big events before. I know he's played in, I think, some of the ASL qualifiers way back when, right, when he was in Korea. Yeah. So he's been around the block. He knows what's going on here. But man, let's see what he pulls out in game number 2. We knew this was going to be a good series.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I didn't expect a 3-0 from this one. It's going to be breaking the mold. All 3 games so far in that round of 8 have been 3-0s. I seriously doubt this is going to be one unless eOnzErG can somehow 3-0 Bonith. I just don't see that happening. Bonith is a bit too good to let that happen. But it is looking more and more like eOnzErG has a real shot at doing this. Historically speaking, Bonith has won just about every series they've played in an official capacity. But there have been a few times eOnzErG's gotten the better of him. This could be one of them.
All right, looking like we're opening it up pretty standard here again with Overpool as well. He's going to get the first scout on Bonith. Bonith looking like a Nexus. Nope, we're going to go Forge into a Nexus, playing very safe.
And this is a fast enough Forge where you could cannon rush with this as well, right? If he spotted like a 12 hatch in the bottom right here or something.
Yeah, that's why you send the double probe, right? To see if they are 12 hatch, so that way you can try to punish it. Hopefully Bonith will go all the way in and not go Nexus first, because we saw what happens when that is, but he'll get up in here and see the timing and know that this is going to be a pool first.
It's super hard to block those probes getting into the main with those mineral fields on the ramp. You can just click to drill through the drones blocking.
He is also just going for Nexus and then cannon.
I think this is okay, just barely, because he's about to throw the cannon down just before the Lings pop out here.
You know, Sean, these guys know something I don't. I would put the cannons out all the time. I'm just to throw that out there.
You need better mineral optimization, Razz. That's all.
Oh, there it is. That's why. See, I can't do that. There it is. All right, I get it now. All right. he can block these Zerglings with the probes so that he can slow them down for a couple seconds because
it'll help. And he's got a couple of probes blocking as well, right? There's almost no chance of them getting in here. You can even attack the forge with the probe to kind of force it on hold position. And
really
yeah,
well
he's
done
you got to say, really,
keep going for it. I knew it. I figured he was going to go. Here we go. We didn't block.
The ramp.
Oh, missed shot. Oh no, we got 2 Zerglings in here. Oh my goodness. Here we go, Shun. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Bonith's obviously probe control insane, but we have 2 lings in here. You got to keep droning these probes, keep pulling them. Oh, probe 1 going down.
I think he manually found that probe as well. I think he was like quickly clicking to find the low HP probe and went for it.
Down.
How good is eOnzErG, man? Like, he's on fire today.
He is playing extremely well, taking advantages. And these are the struggles, man, right? PvZ, everything is razor thin.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you can be punished for little things.
It's so tough.
Everything is razor thin, both sides, how things go, and this hurts. Pulling the probes off, pulling them off gas, pulling them off mineral. Like, the constant little things here add up, especially at this level. Oh, my goodness. He's going to get another one shot.
It's so close.
Oh, great micro by Bonith. He's crazy, man.
Whew. The task switching ability of eOnzErG. He's not even really missing a beat with his macro while he's doing all this, by the way. Like, he's playing pretty solid. Like, he's not made 2 drones mine because he's too busy microing, but he's actually making units out of these hatcheries still. And that's the main thing. Like, you see the drones eventually go to mine slowly but surely. It's kind of how Bonith plays. He just makes sure he, uses up the unit production cycles and then, belatedly sends them to mine. And that's fine. You just don't want to waste production time. And eOnzErG doing a fantastic job of that here. Still with these 2 lings harassing the main. Getting another probe.
That's 4 probes down already here, Sean. The damage is starting to amount. Even for someone like Bonith, he does not want to be losing this many probes early.
No. Not to this few lings. Like, he literally went in with 4 lings. You know what I mean? This is crazy.
What's going to happen? Right, we're in here. We only have a cannon. There's no zealots. Is there zealots out there in the front? If not, he may just go for a run by, man. He may just go for it and get another 6 or 7 lings in. I wonder if he'll dive on the cannon and go for it again. Here we go. Bonith not covering the front. He's going to kill this cannon. The other cannon will go down too. Will we see another ling flood here? We're not blocking the ramp. Here we go. Lings are in. Noah is going to be surrounded.
This is insane. It was almost like eOnzErG was baiting Bonith as well. Like, he was starting to float the Overlord near the main base, and Bonith made a Dragoon to maybe kill this scouting Overlord. He's going to lose the Dragoon as well.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Bonith not happy. Are we going to just see lings nonstop? There they are. Lings moving forward. Cannon not up. And there is a Spire on the way.
You could even follow this up with Mutalisks, man, and just like really overwhelm the natural if the cannons aren't covering the mineral line as well. There's even continuations if the Ling Bust fails. This is so problematic for Bonith right now. Here comes the Ling run by now, targeting down the probes. Just ignore the Zealot. Just wants to kill as many probes as possible. He's done so much damage to the economy of Bonith already, and he's done some more, and he's being very composed. He just dips out of there, takes the probe kills, and calls it a day while teching up into those mutas back at home. eOnzErG is on another level.
Yeah, that was some really good damage there. I thought we would just run into the main at some point, deny a cannon, go Muta Scourge, and just try to kill him. But Bonith holding on here. Let's see what kind of damage Bonith can now get. 3rd cannon going. You got here the Muta. This is what I was worried about for Bonith because of the main. But it looks like that he'll get that cannon down. He'll have another one, but I don't know if we cover the entire bottom side here.
No. There's no real easy answer to deal with this. He's going to lose probes, and he's already lost quite a few. This is going to add a lot of insult to injury. There's a little bit of a fancy micro where you're trying to, threaten with the Scourge to keep the cRoSs doing constant DPS to the mutas while you're sniping probes. It's actually a lot harder to do than it seems. But the damage has already been done. He's already crippled the probe count of Bonith. He's got like hardly any probes in that natural expansion, man. It's really wild to see. And eOnzErG did not do a massive commitment into this. He can just go into a standard macro game from here.
He's going to go in the main and see this cannon. He'll run away for now. Bonith non-stop Sarah coming up, but we've already switched to 5-hatch Hydra here, Shun. I think we may look for the Speed Overlord Hydra bus timing. That comes in, especially when you're late on your archives, which Bonith is at this point because of the damage he took before. And he may have a timing just to Hydra bus. Oh, man, here we go.
So. Ooh. I mean, he's still going to zone out these cRoSs. They're not really providing much value to Bonith. He wasn't even able to snipe an Overlord with them, unfortunately. Evo Chamber's even done, so he's not going to fall behind schedule with the tech timing for his upgrades either. And you're right, there is a massive pre-storm timing window for him to exploit with Hydras, and since he did so much damage with those Zerglings, there is no pressure from Zealots, no Zealots out on the map that eOnzErG needs to worry about. He can commit all of his forces to the front. He's just waiting for that Overlord speed, so he doesn't have to abandon his Overlords back at home, and he can also use the Overlords to spot the DT, so there's no answer to shut it down.
There should be cannons getting put down at Bonith's natural right now. He knows that he has to do it, but here come these Muta. Will they deny some of the cannons? He will fly the Muta over into the cannons, let them take damage, and then go. Here we go. This is it. They're on the low ground, right? So that does help. Low ground to high ground.
Trench helps out a little bit.
Gotta be careful. Here we go. 3 cannons is not enough. And here come all the Hydra pulling the probes. Here come the Muta. They're going to take some damage, but I don't know if this is enough here to hold. We're going for
I don't think there's enough to hold. Oh, the Zealots are dead. The cannons are going to start falling so quickly, Razz. There's not even that many probes to pull off the line. eOnzErG is doing it.
He remade the pylon, though.
Yeah, he did remake the pylon as well, so he's blocked it up a little bit. The cannons are still online. More are warping in.
Oh,
he's killed some of the Overlords. He is going to lose. He's going to get the DT out.
Oh,
he kills all the Overlords. The DTs are going to get some microchip, but there's another Overlord just sneaking into position. The DT's going to die.
And Bonith going to be able to hold here for now, but we've lost probes, we've lost cannons, we've lost units. We're on 5 hatcheries. This is a pretty big deal. I think he might be able to bust in here. It's 3
He's going to go for it.
For 1 cannon for every 3 Hydra. Oh no, the stairs are down. The DT dies. eOnzErG.
Oh my God.
GG. There goes Eon up 2-0 there, Shun, in shocking turns here.
That's such a shocking turn of events, Razz. He is 2 games up over Bonith going into Screaming Sea in map number 3. I fear for Bonith. Is he going to get 3-0'd? Like, we're going to have 3-0s across the board in the round of 8. And the one series I definitely didn't have pegged for a 3-0 was eOnzErG versus Bonith. I'm going to be blown away if Eon can pull it off.
I mean, Eon just taking advantage, man, all the way through. Bonith cutting a couple corners and got punished for those corners that he cut so far. Yeah. I mean, I would not have called this to be a 2-0 Eonz right away. I figure, maybe they trade some games off on their map.
I think anyone
Eon,
would.
He's showing he's not worried about it. He's not afraid. He has his builds. He knows what he's doing. He's going for it no matter what. He's putting his foot on the gas, and that's it.
It's just so insane how good eOnzErG is right now, man. Like, it's hard to, it's almost like seeing a kid that's grown up. Like, I remember when this guy was not having a good time playing Zerg. He was always getting stomped by slightly better players than him. And now he is seemingly going to be one of these slightly better player kind of guys. And yeah, 2-0ing Bonith is no easy feat. I mean, it's technically Bonith's worst matchup, but he is a favorite to win this, not eOnzErG. So the underdog right now is in pure domination mode. This is a pain train that Bonith is now aboard, going into Screaming Sea. Does he have something special planned? He picked this map. You would hope that he's got something in store for us to be able to be so confident going into this.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, Sean, this is not the map I'd want for my final map. If I was like, oh man, do or die, this is not what I want. But this is what Bonith has chosen, so he's very comfortable on it. Let's see what he's going to do.
Well,
I wonder if Eon will just 4-pool or something wild.
He's going to have to be comfortable on it because he's made his bed. He's going to have to lie in it, Razz. This is not a good map for Protoss against Zerg. We're jumping on into it, though. Game number 3. Bonith versus eOnzErG, Screaming Sea. currently 2 games up in the series. The Belgian beast, eOnzErG.
And in the bottom left, looking to make that reverse sweep, it's Bonith.
That'd be such a sick reverse sweep if he can win on Screaming Sea and then the other 2 games in a row. That'd be such a comeback.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what the players pick here. Like in terms of their build orders, man. Like, is Eon just gonna go for it, hoping that Bonith goes for a 12 Nexus and like your 9 pull speed, or what? I don't know.
Well, let's talk a little bit about
like double gate.
Let's talk a little bit about why Reversair is so popular on this map. So obviously it's a very long rush distance for one, but I think the main thing is that you've got access to these island bases, and the hardest thing about Reversair is getting a 3rd base. So you're kind of guaranteed to get a 3rd base online with that Reversair. You're gonna kill those pre-storm Hydro Bust timing since you've got the Reavers out relatively early on as well. You can put pressure onto the Zerg. Sometimes you can easily snipe some drones with that first Reaver as well. And because they've got this massive ocean that you can fly around on, the Corsairs are really strong, and also carriers have a lot more viability. So it has seemingly been the build order of choice here. eOnzErG hiding a drone, ninjaing out a natural expansion for 12 supply. This time around, not seeing that second Overlord, so checks the main for a 9 pull, but he doesn't get the hatchery down.
Oh no. He got the first hit off with that probe, so. Ooh.
Yeah. You kind of have to get a free hit with the drone to win the 1v1, right? So, yeah.
Nexus is going to make it down before the hatchery here, Shud. That's a big deal for Bonith. Big win from him.
So far, so
and
good.
Eon just taking the further forward 3rd, not a big deal. Probably knows that Bonith is going to be a little more passive in terms of just getting up the Nexus, right? Like that would make sense on this map, right? Like that's the reason you're choosing it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the Zergs will just take their hatchery at the 3rd right off the bat, assuming that there's possibly going to be some shenanigans denying the natural going down. This time, eOnzErG wanted to ninja that drone and slip it out. He was just ever so slightly off, placing down that hatchery perfectly. Almost had it, but not quite. It does disrupt his early game ever so slightly, and Bonith going to be finally enjoying a relatively comfortable early game as a result.
Yeah, we're gonna see the furthest game maybe we've ever gotten into so far in the series here, Sean. We're gonna see some mid to late game.
I would hope so. I would definitely like to see it. One thing that's super cool about this map is because you're likely to see something insane like Reversair into carrier, you'll also see craziness out of the Zerg. They'll take the entire map, expanding even towards the Protoss' 4th base, taking islands, making mass devourers. You can go Ensnare as well, which is great at catching the Corsairs and what have you. It's absolute pandemonium on this map. It might not necessarily be balanced. It is certainly Zerg favored, but it certainly gives you interesting games.
Absolutely. I wonder, I'm sure Eon has seen all the ASL games, he cast them, so I'm wondering if he'll be playing into that late Hive 3-3 upgrades, Devourer, Guardian, Muta style with Ensnare. I think if he's okay with that.
Certainly is a very potent way at dealing with the Protoss. We don't see a lot of Protoss players confident with going D-Web. They'll make the Fleet Beacon for the carriers and the +2 attack upgrade. You don't usually see the D-Web that often. I've seen a few players try and pull it out and just die. It's not easy to do. It's so APM intensive.
Kersey, I'm very, very curious here, Sean. This is going to be a very interesting one.
I think so, yeah. And the best start for
the Hydra Bust shouldn't happen, right? Like, there's no Hydra Bust link unless he really sees something because of the way the map is, so...
Right. There has been crazy builds on this map, though. Like, there's been builds where, like, Shine was playing, and he took the base at his 3rds because, like, he was playing like it was, I'm just making it at the 3rd because you're going to block my natural. But really, he had a quicker rally point, and he went 2-base Lurker and busted down Snow's natural expansion with Lurkers because he denied scouting. There's some interesting builds you can do on this map and pretty much any map, but yeah, usually we're not going to see anything too spicy like that out of eOnzErG, I don't think.
Yeah, some good pressure here from Bonith to Zealot coming in, trying to get some drone kills.
Not quite though.
Okay, unlucky there. Good
Can
pressure.
get another one. The Lings are denying it so far. He does finally target down that low HP drone. Can he get a second? Not quite.
Ooh, that one's running away. Ooh. Oh no!
You missed
Went up against the cliff. Yep.
Yeah. Oh man, you hate it when that happens.
All right, one drone. Okay. Has Zealots building up. In true Bonith style, never missing a probe production, but sometimes they're hanging out by the Nexus.
Right. I was literally just thinking that. Yeah, it's definitely more akin to Bonyth than most players.
Spire and Den, and there it is. Double Stargate Robo.
Yeah. It's a early enough Robo that you can be pretty darn sure that's Reaver's set. It's never going to be for Observer in this situation. It kind of has to be. I guess there's maybe a world in which it's just for a shuttle to take an island, but I don't think any Pros player plays like that.
All right, he's going to see both Spire. Oh, he's going to see the Spire. He didn't see the Hydra Den. He's got to fly back so he doesn't die to the Scourge that are popping out here.
True. Yeah. And a lot of Zergs are cross-teching lately. It's one of the strongest things about Zerg. It's just they've not really been exploiting it for a long time. Soma's kind of paving the way, though. Soma's showing just how OP it is to kind of make the Den and the Spire. So even if you do get a bit of a scout with that first Corsair, it doesn't really tell you what the Zerg's doing. Could still be a Hydra Burst. Could be an Ogre Zerg gamer mode. Could not be. You never know for sure. You kind of have to sacrifice something to get a second scout off. And you don't really want to sacrifice your Corsairs to get that confirmation scout. So it really is in the Zerg's hands from that point onwards.
All right, well, Eon knows exactly what he's up against, right? He knows exactly what Bonith is doing. There is no surprise here. Those are Speed Hydra already.
Yeah.
There, Sean.
Might be doing a bit of a bust, maybe.
I'm wondering if he's going to go for it. Maybe he knows the timing well enough that he's just going to bust before the Reaver gets out. Because the robotics is down, it should be building, but if he goes in the next minute or so, there's only one cannon and a couple of Zealots. I wonder if he can go and bust this.
He's faked out Bonith. He made 3 gas, and as soon as the Corsair left, he stopped mining his second and third gas. So Bonith doesn't realize what is going on right now. He thinks this could be like an Ogre Zerg gamer mode or something. But really, it's just a pre-storm Hydra Bust timing. He's going to maybe have a Reaver popping out as the Hydras are knocking on his door. That is suboptimal, to say the least, if he's only got one cannon in the wall.
And it's going to look normal here, right, Sean? Like, we're going there, but we see one Hydra and a Spore. We're not, like, in total panic.
The only thing that's weird is he's not mining the third gas, but that's not a major tip-off right this second, unless he saw the second gas not mining.
I don't know if this is enough here, Sean. One Reaver and 2. I don't know. It's going to be close.
Well, the Reaver Scarab does get out. Trying to find a connection. Does kill one Hydra. Not really enough. That's a better Scarab, killing 3 more. Starting to kill some of the Lings with those Scarabs as well. The cannon's going to go down. Probes are holding the line for more Scarabs to finish.
Yes, well,
right now, though, the Scarabs take longer to build than the Reaver can shoot them. So it's actually slowing the DPS output off the Reaver ever so slightly. But the probe block is king. The probes are king. Holding the line, Razz.
These probes, and look at eOnzErG supply. 20 kill Reaver. Holy cow from Bonith. Oh my goodness.
Wow. That's a major turn of events, because like on paper this looked terrible for Bonith, but he did a great job of body blocking with those probes, and eOnzErG a little bit sloppy with getting in there with his Hydras to do a lot of damage as quickly as possible. And now Bonith's suddenly going to be on the attack, taking this island expansion as quickly as possible, starting to race ahead while he's got this small window of respite. eOnzErG's not got a massive economy back at home. He knows that there's probably not going to be any follow-up attacks from eOnzErG. He can be more aggressive now, assert himself out onto the map, take this island base, start to harass overlords, and put himself into a better and better position.
Lead beacon on the way.
Yeah. Ooh, does lose one overlord. Oh, sorry, one Corsair, but it's not the end of the world. Just doesn't want to lose any more. Ooh. He's sharking for him. Gets the interception. Doesn't... Scourge are so dumb, man. Look at that.
Glad. Oh! Snipes a ton of them. That's huge. All right,
still finds some connections, but this is still kind of going good for Bonith right now. Does lose another Corsair. Any more would be painful, but so far he's taken just barely acceptable losses. Ooh. Does find another Corsair, though. He's churning out more and more. But it is a big investment. The main thing is he just needs to never let this third base go down. And the reality is eOnzErG won't be able to assault that until he's able to make some Mutalisks. If he catches enough cRoSs, suddenly he can seize air superiority back away from Bonith.
Ooh, got another Sarah, but they're stacking up, man. They're stacking up. We have 2 carrier probably on the way here.
I don't know. Is he making carriers already? I don't know if he's making carriers just yet. I imagine he's churning out more and more cRoSs for the time being.
Thought he would just transition right into it. Now that we've killed so many Scourge, we kill all those Hydra. Like, he should be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I just feel like he's not making the carries until the third base is fully operational. Yeah, the Zero's right. He just said in my ear that the fleet beacons for +2 for now. He will probably make carriers anyway, but yeah, usually the fleet beacon being early is just for the +2 weapons timing to not let the Zerg get ahead of them and upgrades, and the carriers will come a little bit later on.
Yeah, and Bonith's in a great position getting a 3rd gas, right? He has that other island directly below him.
Yeah, you basically go into like 3 Stargate before you start the carriers, then you add on a 4th Stargate as well. The Mutas are trying to get in on top of this island expansion, but there's just not enough here, man. I mean, there's so many cRoSs. He had 10, killed 1 cRoSs, but there's still 9. You're not really doing anything to that.
Yeah, and Bonith's in a really good spot here.
Yeah.
Held that first bust. No issues here. Looking to steal some Overlord kills. Gonna start finding them. I wonder if we'll just see some B-Web right away. Uh-oh.
It'd be funny if we did, but I doubt it. It's not an upgrade that a lot of players are confident playing with. I've seen Bisu try it and fail. Maybe Bonith could do better than Bisu.
He might be able to.
Yeah. They've got that 3rd Stargate now. He's got over a control gate worth of cRoSs, so now we might start to see carriers being made slowly but surely here in a few moments. He's got total air superiority. I'm sure both players are getting +2 upgrades for the air, for the carapace, for Eon, and +2 weapons for the cRoSs for Bonith here.
Yeah, Bonith's just taking over the game. Feeling very good about his position, I'm sure, right? 3 gases.
Yeah.
Eon taking mid-left. Start mining that, huh?
Yeah, well, I said that earlier. Like, it's very common for the Zerg to take the Protoss' natural 4th in these situations, because the Protoss is never taking that for such a long time, and you kind of want to start mining out the gas as soon as possible, so the later and later the game gets on, the less gas is on the Protoss side of the map.
Yeah, I think most of the resources here on this map are the islands right there. They have more.
Yeah, the islands are basically the linchpin of this map, and it's usually a battle for those islands. But because of the early investment with the Hydra bust, he's so far behind the curve. Like, usually you'd have like 6 bases Zerg right now and just kind of going crazy. Like, eOnzErG should be like 150 supply if he, didn't go for that Hydra bust and just went pure macro mode. But he's not got that. Far from it.
We'll see what he wants to try to do as a last-ditch effort. I feel like he's making so many Scourge that his goal is just to try to overtake this island one more time and hope for the best.
Maybe, but he's not got +2 flyer carapace. Did you just negate going? You kind of have to go for +2 armor when you're up against this style of Protoss. I hope he didn't forget to get the 2nd armor upgrade, or Bonith is going to absolutely destroy him. Does catch the shuttle.
Ooh! Catches the shuttle with the Reaver in it. Oh, but I don't know if we can do anything versus this amount of Sares here, Shun.
I mean, he tried to tank the damage with the Mutas for the Scourge to run in, but Bonith quickly flicked the cRoSs to target down those Scourge. Good control from him there. He's going to be establishing yet another island base. You can't let Protoss get up to 4 bases for free like this.
Yeah, and Bonith, there are the first 3 carriers out. Feeling good about his chances.
He just now got +2 flyer carapace, by the way, so luckily eOnzErG didn't negate going for that. He needs that armor upgrade in the sky to have any chance at winning against this Sky Toss style.
Yeah, I think unfortunately the Sky Toss is just too far ahead at this point.
Yeah, it seems like it. I don't think he's got a 4th Stargate yet, but I'm not sure it matters. He's already so far ahead of the curve of the game. I think eOnzErG is going to be in for a rude awakening, and the comeback reverse sweep of Bonith looking not so hopeful anymore. He's going to be taking that island base, is eOnzErG in the top left, trying to ramp up as much as possible. But is it going to be enough? He's so far behind schedule of where he should be in this game. He's got his high finally. He's got +2 on his Hydras, +2 armor on that air carapace. Getting a greater spire so we can eventually start to make Devourers to help deal with those cRoSs in the sky. But it might be too late once he gets all set up.
Yeah, I think Bonith is, starting to run away with this one. Look at the supply count. We already have 5 or 6 carriers out here already, 6, so more Stargates that are going to be going down, and then he'll be able to just abuse and harass from these air spots over either the cliffs or actually over the water, so I think
6 carriers already. This is one of the only maps where ZERG should be ahead of Protoss in supply at this stage. So the fact that there's that much of a deficit just is a testament to how far behind eOnzErG is. You can see those additional Stargates coming up from Bonith as well. Really gonna lean into this air fleet of his. He's already got enough carries to put the pressure on. And eOnzErG lagging behind with that Greater Spire transition. He's going to have to probably get Plague as well to deal with this. It's not going to be enough to just rely on Devourers. He's so far behind that he kind of has to go ham with his tech and get everything. Looks like he's going to start to lose hatcheries now as well. That's even less money coming in for eOnzErG, and he's not got that much of an explosive economy already.
Do you have the carrier upgrade? My goodness. Why do we have so little interceptors?
I think he does. He just hasn't built all the interceptors up. Yeah,
he does not. He only has 4 in each one so far right now.
Sure. Zero, can you quickly click on all of the carriers? I saw like low interceptor count on some of them. Is there one of them with more than 4? Yeah, that's 5. That's 5. Okay. He's just slow to build up the interceptor count, yeah.
I was a little nervous for Bonnie there. I was like, oh no, don't make that mistake.
Can you imagine?
Don't make that mistake.
It's like Isu forgetting Storm in ASL or something crazy.
Yeah. All right, Bond is sitting on a huge bank, pretty much maxed out with Carrier, Sarah, Reaver. I mean, the problem that really started happening with this build is just that you have Guardians. I'm not quite sure what they're going to do.
Not a lot.
We'll hope for the best for them, but it's just Swarm Plague.
This is the most hopeful Guardians I've ever seen in my life. Like, generally speaking, Guardians do not have good expected value anyway. But in this scenario, you're doing nothing with them. Absolutely nothing. You need to have some kind of air superiority to get any value out of that unit, and it's just not there for eOnzErG. He needs like 14 to 16 Devourers, either Ensnare or Plague, and that's just for a fighting chance.
Yeah, I think the Defiler is going to be the key at this point with the Hydra, right? Just Swarm, Plague. That's going to be what we need. I don't know if we could transition into full Devour or Scourge, but we'll see what the Eon wants to try here. I mean, Bonith getting his archives up. Once you start adding some Maelstrom into this and some Storm, like, it becomes crazy. You Maelstrom all the Devourers. Yeah. Or, it's not even honestly bad at this point. An Arbiter. Stasis. Right. A bunch of Devourers, kill everything else, come back and kill them. Like,
If you want to be super Gosu, the real insanity is if you can handle microing like a Dark Archon in a shuttle and you just pop out Maelstrom and like do Storm on top of that. That's like the massive Wombo combo. That's how like Reach absolutely obliterated Choja way back in the day when they're playing these Sky compositions. But it's so APM intensive, a lot of players don't even bother going for it these days. Looks like eOnzErG's putting some pressure on the ground. A lot of Hydras attacking into these cannons. Reavers are here as well. Loads of Scourge in the sky deal with the cRoSs, but not enough Devourers. I feel like Bonith's going to hold on to this just fine.
Yeah, we're trading out cannons just for,
All the cRoSs out of position. The carriers are going to go down to the Scourge. He gets 1. Can he get another one? Doesn't kill 2. You kind of have to be picking off carriers a little bit with Scourge as the game progresses to keep their numbers in a more manageable state. But he's not really been able to do anything to Bonith this game.
Yeah. Oh, Look at this.
Okay.
11 kills. There's
he
that
found
hopeful
value.
Guardian.
Yeah. I mean, that's something.
Just thanking him for opening up supply for more carriers, really.
That's one more carrier I can make. Thank you very much.
But surprisingly, Bonith's minerals are so low. Like, his bank is gone.
Yeah, well, he's only just now got this natural third and did lose a lot of probes at that third base island base he took. So yeah, I guess not too bad in terms of Bonith's not having too strong of an economy, but it doesn't really matter. As long as this army trades well, you don't need a huge economy. Seems like he's going to be starting to lay siege this Zerg expansion over here. There's a lot of devours, but not a lot besides that. Like,
he killed another carrier.
Yeah, there was a red HP one. Did he kill the red HP one, or was that a different one he killed? Yeah, there's the red HP ones. That's not too bad. If he killed one and there's still a red HP carrier, that's something.
Yeah. So holding on is eOnzErG. He does have top left, which is big money. So waiting for Bonith to try to take this mid-right base as well.
And one
I think
spell
he doesn't take it because he wants to be able to just circulate in this area and just make sure he's mining.
Right. And one spell does change the game. Like, literally just one plague can completely win the game for eOnzErG if he gets it. So we got to still give a lot of fighting chance to him in this. And, you know, Bonith is mined out in that main and natural. So he has grown quite a lot, but it's still, you know, 3-base Protoss. It's not super scary. He can maybe manage this. He's going to start taking this last remaining island base in the center right here. Bonith can come over and snipe that. Bonith does need to keep that base online for himself the longer the game goes on.
Oop. I did see an Arbiter Tribunal there as well, so...
Yeah, he did. I mean, Arbiter's a pretty good value in terms of mid-range value, so it's just going to, you know, be a little bit of a win more button here for him to press. Eonz gearing up for maybe some drop harass in the main base, loading up a couple of overlords. Not that many, though. I still haven't seen a Defiler anywhere nearby. He really does need to get Plague so that he can get just one big money shot on those carriers to save the day.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised we haven't seen one yet. It's interesting.
Because even Darkstorm has value against this, so
yeah,
that into Plague is kind of a necessity when you're playing from behind a little bit. He's going to go after the Templar tech here, sniping that Archives.
Ooh, oh, the carriers! Carriers! Oh no, bunch of Scourging on top of two of them.
I mean, okay, the Darkstorm's here. He's actually chewing through the cannons quickly. As a result, Hydra's wrapping around from behind with the Devours. There is an Arbiter. Pretty good Storm. And D-Web finally coming out from Bonith. We're seeing all the spells being utilized today. Unfortunately, I'm not so sure he'll completely crush Bonith with this attack, although there's a lot of acid spores on the carriers already. Maybe there is a world in which the Hydras can still get something done. It also does reveal the carriers, so the Arbiter's not keeping them hidden as well. Starting to chew through those Reavers now. There's no more Reavers on the ground. The splash damage is disappearing, but there's no more Devours to keep resetting that acid spores, and they will eventually wear off and the carriers are safer again.
What a shot from that Reaver. Are we going to get this Nexus? Oh my god. Oh, he does get it.
Wow.
But Bonith's bank is just so big, man. I mean, we went from maxed out to 100 supply for Eon, and Bonith is still sitting out 191 and can easily remake a Nexus.
Yeah, he luckily did make a Defiler to help push into that base, but we still haven't seen that money Plague yet. I really feel like he's missing a treat. It's going to make those carriers so easy to deal with. Is that a drop coming into the base yet again to put on more and more pressure? Okay, no, just speed overlords making their way downtown. Some Hydras rotating, Storm zoning those out. Carriers playing keep away over at this 9 o'clock position. Finally, we start to see more and more Dark Swarms being utilized. He really does need to lean into that Defiler tech to close out this game. Kills the Arbiter with the Scourge. Nicely done.
Yeah, I mean, I just, can Bonith ever move out? Like, you know, like, can he just defend from here, starve out Eon and win the game?
Oh, he's not starving out Eon. He needs to stop Eon getting the 3 o'clock base to do a starve out. Yeah.
That's what I'm wondering, because I'm not sure, like, what's our win con, I thought would be to push to this mid left, because he's mined so much of it already, right? Like, it's almost not going to be there. That island third base is starting to look a little bit low as well as Bonith moves in here, but
he's got D-Web as well, so he can still trade out in the open a little bit with the carrier set and put some pressure on. He just has to be careful not to bleed off too many interceptors, that there can be a massive counterattack or something. It's actually a relatively even game. I still think Bonith is a slight edge right now, but the game state gets worse and worse for Bonith the longer it goes on. So he has to do something soon.
Yeah, I mean, he has a ton of his tech, and he's maxing Eon is only at 125, so I think he's still in the lead here. I think this is where it gets tricky. Okay, he moves his army to the right to kill this base. Can he hold? He can't keep losing this mineral base here. See, he has to turn around again because Eon's getting in place, and I don't know if he can leave home.
Well, this still might work out for Bonith because Eon's going for the counterattack, but the carriers are coming back. So if the carriers get here in time, this will be just okay for him. But some D-Web's coming out to zone out those Hydras from getting on top of the cannons. We rarely see that spell being utilized, but Bonith's doing a pretty good job of using it for zoning purposes in this situation. But you're right that he's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. He needs to counterattack, but he can't because the carriers will then be out of position, and Eon can then just push on in again to that third base on the low ground.
Yeah, I think he's done it here, right? Like, I think this is...
He's starting to outmuscle him. I'm surprised. Where's the Defilers? Like, Dark Swarm and Plague shut this down.
I mean, just 185 supply versus sub 100, Bonith's just taking it to him, slowly moving it. If he wants to now creep to top left to kill that base, he could.
Yeah. I think like eOnzErG's on a little bit of autopilot mode, and he's just completely forgot that Defilers are a thing. Like, he's used a few Dark Swarms in this game, but they're really the turning point. Like, you can defend against so many carriers with just Dark Swarm and Hydras, and then the Plague as well. He's actually killing his own units with these cannons on the island just to free up even more supply for himself to make a more optimized army composition. And now that he's cleared up the Hydras, he doesn't fear a counterattack anymore. He's just going to go for this 3 o'clock island.
Ooh. Yeah, unfortunately, Spores are not going to be easy. Yeah, I was going to target down that Nidus right away. I'm expecting to see one more attack from Eon and then maybe call it from there.
Yeah. I mean, you can't win this game just making Hydras. You have to make some supporting units. Like, even Ensnare would be something, but ideally, Dark Swarm to hold the line and then Plagues to get the money shot. You kind of have to do it. You finally see a Defiler now, but it might be a bit too late.
Yeah, I think Eon's just kind of getting ready for next game at this point.
Seems like it. I mean, he's got a Dark Swarm to hold up. But yeah, as you can see, Bonith has to back off as soon as there's a Dark Swarm. That's just how effective it is. If we saw more of that in this game, I feel like his Hydras on the ground, despite being behind in supply, would have been way more effective in trading.
Yeah, and retaking mid-right here, so...
Yeah, unfortunately, the Defiler did go down, so there's no more Dark Swarm to protect these units that are now in the open. Bonith just abusing this terrain, flying up and down this straight, and picking off whatever he can find. Probably will eventually rotate back around to that 3 o'clock to slap it down again.
Yeah, probably also looking at, the Hydra count, seeing how low it is. Probably knows that he can do it all. He needs to take another base here, though. Can't stay like this, so no mining.
Yeah, there's not a lot left for Eon. He did stop mining his natural, so Eon's got a little bit left in his natural still. But yeah, this is not a tenable situation for the Zerg. This is kind of like the do or die base. Whoever gets this will probably win the game, and it looks like Eon just can't hold on to it, unfortunately.
Yeah, Eon just kind of doing his thing for right now. But unfortunately, not much left for him to do.
We're finally going to see a Skytoss build winning on Screaming Sea. And Bonith is the one carrying the torch for all of those fallen brothers of Aya that couldn't quite do it. And he's even done it with some style points, utilizing D-webs and even arbiters as well.
Yeah, I think Bonith knows he's pretty much done it. Eon just kind of playing it out.
Yeah, I think Bonith knows as long as Eon doesn't actually get the 3 o'clock, there's just not enough gas in the tank to go the distance. He's got money at his natural, so he'll survive for a while, but Bonith can eventually take this base for himself, and then that's kind of the win con.
Ooh. Yeah. Not much left to say about this game here. Eon mining out his side of the map. Bonith about to take this final base that actually has money to it.
Yeah. I just wish we saw more Defiler usage, man. Like, yeah, he was behind in this game as soon as that Hydra Bus failed, but with more Defiler usage, I actually think he evens up the scales ever so slightly. He's going to load up a bunch of Overlords and maybe see if he can get a drop going, but I imagine Bonith is going to make short work of this, even if Eon does catch him out of position.
I'd love to see him stasis all the Overlords.
Yeah, that'd be something, right? Or just D-web as they unload in a panic.
Massive stasis. All right, this is probably the final move here from Eon. We'll be able to snipe the Arbiter, maybe? Nope. There it is. GG called by Eon. Bonith taking game number 3 on Roaring Current. Well done from him. So he's on the no 3-0 here today, Sean. I was worried, but those probes were just incredible at blocking for that Reaver, who ended up being a 20-kill Reaver that saved the game.
Yeah, that was pure crisis mode. He was like building and shooting one Scarab at a time, so not even having optimal damage output, barely hanging on by a thread, but the probes were so perfectly timed and body blocking the Hydras. Maybe Eon could have split the Hydras more to, mitigate the splash damage, target down the probes quicker, but it doesn't matter. That was more down to just Bonith holding on like a god.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Eon is okay from that game, right? Like, we lost on Roaring Currents. It happens. But his map pick is up. That could close out the series.
Yeah. Let's see. We're going to have a bit of a reverse sweep potential here from Bonith now. He's finally got his mojo back. Got the tempo. Going to be facing off against eOnzErG on Eon's map pick next. That's going to be Metropolis. So, spawn locations could go Eon's way. We'll have to wait and see what we get. Can be a bit of a tricky map to play PvZ on. Not always super comfortable securing your third and holding on to it with the Zerg driving a wedge between the rally and the third and kind of being tactical. And the main thing is just it's so impossible for a Protoss to get an easy 4th base online from that point onwards. So the Zerg can get a win condition just denying a 4th over and over again.
Yeah. Well, maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah, let's do a quick 2-minute break here, guys. Run to the bathroom, grab some water, grab some flute, do whatever you gotta do, and come back for some more great StarCraft action. It's gonna be game number 4 on Metropolis, Bonith versus eOnzErG. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Bombastic StarLeague Season 21. We're ready to jump into it in just a minute here, Razz. This series has been crazy. It's really subverted expectation. Bonith going down 2-0, but then winning on Screaming Sea. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, he's got his first step back to where he needs to be. Right? We know we can never count him out. Obviously, he can win 2 games in a row against anybody. So, you know, he'll be poised to try to make this happen. eOnzErG, though, got to be feeling good. He's in a good spot. Needs one more game. Can he pull something tricky out of his hat to make it happen?
Yeah, just need to win one more time. Just one Hydro Burst, one timing, or just a good trade is all it will take for eOnzErG to clinch this out. And it's a pretty good map for Zerg coming up here as well on Metropolis. Let's see what the spawns are like. That could do a lot of heavy lifting as well. Getting a bit of a brief look at that map for just a second, but we're ready for it. Jumping into it now. Game number 4, Bonith versus eOnzErG, Metropolis. And back from the dead here in the top left, the Polish Protoss Bonith from Poland.
And in the bottom right, we have eOnzErG. All right, let's see what he has up his sleeve. Hopefully Eon not too mentally tilted from the last game. We know that he can go on some rampages and be upset, so let's hope he's left that behind so that he can just focus in on this game.
Yeah, he's going to have to leave that at the door. I mean, it is a bit of a sad state of affairs that he came so close to clutching out victory with that Hydro Burst timing, but Bonith too good, man. That pro pull, super king. See what he wants to go for in this time around. Looks like it's going to be that gateway expand potentially, since he's going to mine this patch right away after popping down the pylon. Seems to indicate gateway here.
Yeah, like we said, we think gateway is probably better on this map just because
yeah. I would
like
say
our first
so.
series, we're cross map again, top 5.
I mean, that's actually kind of good for Bonith. I mean, you don't really want to be cross-map because of the rush distances, but it does mean there's no chance that you're expanding towards the Zerg as well. If Eon's in the bottom left, taking a third can feel a bit spicy. But it's really the 4th base that's challenging for Protoss to take on this map. So you kind of want to establish yourself early with pressure with the gateway expand, having some strong Zealot timings going into the mid-game, and kind of keeping control of the state of affairs to make it easier and easier to get those expansions out cleanly.
Yeah, so we do have a drone scout coming out here from Eon, see who he's up against. Bonith is probably going to go 1 Zealot expand, seeing that it's cross map.
Yeah, check the close ones first. Yeah, he just wants to know if he's close or not to then do some build order variation, probably.
DABIDM tip €10. Long life BSL.
Right.
Thank you, David.
Thanks for the tips and support, by the way, guys. We really do need your help to keep the lights on here in the Bombastic StarLeague. Every little helps. Keep it coming.
Absolutely. Bonith, seeing the amount of lanes, keeping his Zealot home, probably just, like I said, I figured he'd go 1. I guess maybe he went 2 Zealots, and then he'll just take an expansion.
He killed the drone. I mean, that's actually kind of a nice deal there for Bonith. I mean, any win is a win. Like, it can also, you know, run the risk of tilting Eon slightly. You don't feel good when that kind of, oh, it's not even a wall, man. It was like 1 pixel off from blocking. He slips in with the lane.
Ooh, 1 ling in. Oh my goodness, he's going to get a probe already.
So close.
He's
Not
still
quite.
good. He's still good targeted down.
Yeah, he could find that. Just gonna loop back around. It's hard to spot it though. So many probes to manually left click on to find it. Good body blocking with the probe. Gets a couple of particle beam shots off on that ling as well. Taking it down to a 1-shot. It will regenerate enough HP to survive longer, but mitigate some potential damage meanwhile. Some Zerglings making their way towards the natural position here to challenge the wall, making sure Bonith is not coming out onto the map with Zealots prematurely. It's kind of
Lair
like, yeah, Lair this time. You could still cross-tech and, you know, go for a bit of a spicy style, getting the Spire into Den and go for a pre-storm timing. But I have a feeling we won't see that out of eOnzErG this time around.
Yeah, I think seeing the Forge this time and not Core at the front, he's no need to go for the all-in Ling buff. So, ooh, this is huge for Bonith right here, Sean. Trying to get your probe in, making it happen, and seeing what the tech is, that's such a big deal.
Yeah, before the Corsairs online, getting any information is so key. This is the thing about Protoss versus Zerg, right? It's such an information warfare style of game, and the Zerg has the advantage naturally. And if you can deny the Protoss confirming what you're up to, you're kind of hedging your bets as Protoss. The weird thing about it is that even though it's a Zerg favorited matchup, if you have perfect scouting as Protoss, the roles kind of flip, and you have such a min-maxed mid game that you really do run the pain train on the Zerg instead.
Absolutely. All right. Very standard for me on this game, right? Very standard. Good to play in the mid game. Knows that Bonith is playing pretty safe. So there's no reason to try to put your foot on the gas right now. Just focus on hitting your build, getting into the game, and doing what you have to do.
Yeah, I completely get behind that. Let's see how crazy Eon wants to be with his drone saturation this game as well. Sometimes he's a little light on those drones. He's got a habit where his main base in particular doesn't always get that saturated. He kind of sometimes forgets to refill drones on that main mineral line and takes a little bit longer than usual to get up on one drone per patch. Hopefully he doesn't skip a beat this time around.
Second gas at the third.
Okay. He's going to hide it from the Corsair timing a little bit, I guess, right?
Yeah. Maybe he does want to play some Muta.
Looks like it. I would say so. He wants to get into that like 5 Muta timing right off the bat and have enough for a bit of Scourge Flood as well.
Interesting there from him.
Yeah. We see Zergs being a lot more tricky in the meta right now with like obfuscating how much gas they're getting and when, and sometimes making the gas and not mining from it, and all kinds of little mind games going on recently.
I think we're going to see a remake from game number 2.
Yeah, you reckon?
I think so. Second gas, 5th.
Well, there's a den, so yeah.
Maybe some speed, Hydra timing, or a bust. Sees the gas, sees it all.
Yeah. But it is a cross tech. You don't know for sure what's coming. But I reckon you're right. It might be a bit of a rinse and repeat from that game number 2. Let's see if Bonith can not only sniff it out, but deflect it accordingly. He didn't do the greatest of jobs first time around on game 2, but he'll probably fare better this time.
This build is just very hard to play against, especially if you don't recognize it right away, because your storm becomes a little bit later, because you might be trying to go, like right now, Bonith's going 3-gate, probably Zealot speed, looking to go, you know, +1, the 1-1 timing here, +1 attack for both air and ground and legs. All of a sudden, you move across the map and there's 35 Hydra. Life sucks.
That's the big shift in the meta, I would say, is this timing here. Protoss players are having a real tough time identifying what the Zerg is getting up to, and Soma has kind of shown the way in terms of how effective this cross-tech can be. Keeping the Protoss player guessing is sometimes so valuable in and of itself that it can get you an easy lead that way. Gonna see these Zealots move out just before they have anything like leg enhancements kicking in. They already got the +1, obviously, so they're going to be super safe in moving out, but he wants to get these as far across the map as possible so that when the leg enhancements do kick in, he's already at the door of eOnzErG.
But John, this is exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to go up here and see this, and there's going to be so many Hydra. Like, we need to retreat, probably make some cannons, because now our Zealots are trapped. Oh no.
Oh gosh, that's really bad. Yeah, this is one of the hardest things about this map, is also the fact that they can just defend the ramp so easily with Hydras as well, right? Like, they can deny the surface area of the Zealots even getting up on in there, and you don't even need to really worry about SimCity as Zerg. You can kind of just like bully the Protoss as soon as they get to your door and then start running it down. You've got a natural soft contain set up and you can start hitting that wall.
a little panic for Bonith here, right? Like, Storm is not done, for sure. So, can he hold? He did make another 5 cannons, so that's a big deal. But Eon is going for it, but a lot of cannons getting up.
Overlords are going down, though. DT suddenly become a factor. Could thwart this still, and he's not getting good surface area on these cannons. He's kind of being a little bit wasteful with the Hydras. He will eventually be able to maybe knock out this Forge, but I mean, the Storm is just about to finish. I think that Bonith is going to be okay here. The question is, does he get this Forge in time?
Bonith should be fine here now. +1 armor canceled. Other Forge going up, so that definitely helps Eon into the mid-game with timings, but he's losing so many Overlords, right? His saturation is not good. You're usually around 35 drones for this, so he's cut a little bit at this point. So he is not going to be super healthy going into the mid-game.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good for Bonith. And even though his Storm was late, he's going to have plenty of it now with those 4 Templars just stacking energy. He didn't use a single Storm during all this, and the Hydras did bleed into the cannons a little bit, so he's even getting some value out of that cannon investment on top of it all. Got to be feeling pretty good about this game state. Bonith kind of on fire these last 2 games now. Really flipping the script on eOnzErG and re-establishing dominance slowly but surely in this series.
Another Overlord down. Eon going to be trying to take a 4th base here and make up.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea to take the 4th here, but he's on such low drone count. Like, it doesn't feel good either way. Like, he's got to make a choice. Do I make a round of drones or do I pump Hydra? And you kind of have to pump Hydra. So it's going to be a long time coming until he can find an opportunity to actually saturate that 4th. Ideally, you want to win a fight before you go for something like that. So I imagine we'll see almost non-stop unit production from Eon, and Bonith is moving out ahead of schedule before the Lurkers are done. He might still get a contain if Bonith never spots those lurker eggs.
Yeah, my fear is we got some hold position lurkers for...
Oh, he spots the eggs. He's just sending a probe over here now, so he knows about them. They do get a split off, though, before the eggs or whatever could be stormed. I got a bit of hiccups there, guys. Sorry. Needs to be careful not to lose any High Templars. He has got the probe out on the map, but it's going to be a while before he can actually secure the 3rd base.
Oh, no. Oh, no. 2 Templar going down. My goodness.
Pretty big deal.
So this is the other challenge to this map, PVZ here, Sean, coming up.
Yeah.
The lurker contain. Coming out of this natural into this choke is very, very challenging, right?
Against 9 lurkers as well.
Yeah, and you could, start on the high ground and try to poke away, but it can be really tough. So I think Eon's got to decide, are we going to saturate that top right like you were saying, or are we just going to continually funnel and block it? Now, if he can somehow...
Well, he is transferring drones up to that top right, but I think he didn't make them. He's just transferring some of the oversaturation. Targeting down the Dragoons is huge as well. He's not reacting with the Storm as a follow-up to that, so he's bled off a lot of Dragoons, and you kind of do need like a control group and a half worth of Dragoons to start breaking out of this. eOnzErG ramming it down in this tight little corridor.
Oh, both the observers and Templar
with energy.
Oh,
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Razz?
Templars left for Bonith. That is a big deal, man. No Templar, no observers. Oh, we have another one out now, but you can poke from the high ground, get a couple of kills. This is great, but still, it is very challenging.
And he transferred drones up the top right. He's got the 4th saturated. There's no window of vulnerability right now for eOnzErG. Unless Bonith can break out very quickly, it's going to be starting to target down some of these overlords. You can see there's not that many Hydras. That's because he's, had to refill on some drones. Now we've got another flood of Hydras going to be making their way up there. But there's a little brief moment of vulnerability for eOnzErG before these Hydras get hit. But I don't think Bonith's going to be able to break out before they show out. He's going to start to do it now, just before and more Hydras start streaming into this position. This is going to become out of the frying pan into the oven type situation from Bonith right now, because he's making progress, and then suddenly the macro engine of eOnzErG kicks in again, and he's just going to trade like a madman.
I think this may be it here, John. Like, even with just trading off units for units at this point, Bonith in a bit of trouble here because he cannot kill the Lurker Contain. Like, he doesn't have the Hydras, I mean, the Dragoons or the Templar to break out. Oh, this is huge. This is so many. Can you get some? No. All right. We're on the timer here. We're past 13 minutes. Usually by 13 minutes, you want to start having more and more pros on that third base. You want to have it up, maybe even a fourth. Right now, Bonith only on 2 bases. Eon does not know about this. Here we go. Bonith getting a good pick.
If he can break out, it's okay for Bonith because he can quickly transfer probes to that natural third. He's actually got a shuttle out. Maybe he can... Is he going to do a storm drop? What's he doing? He's just loading up some zealots to go and put on some pressure out here on the map. That makes sense. Yep. I guess he could also try and ferry some probes over to the base here at the 9 o'clock position. There's a way of utilizing the shuttle still. So he could, maybe get that base mining before he breaks out. It's an option here. But not trading well is going to be a problem. There's hardly any Dragoons. Those are some pretty good Sonic Storms, but he needs more of that to be good here. Here's the Zealot hit squad, making its way to the third base. Going to be running Distraction on eOnzErG, forcing him to clean up back at home while he's trying to run it down with this Contain. Eon has done a great job of trading thus far. Bonith is struggling to get a count of Dragoons that are sufficient enough to actually break through and make ground here. He is trickling out probes at that third base. If he could maybe shuttle over like 8, there's the shuttle scooping up some probes. If he can saturate it with the shuttle, maybe there's still a fighting chance here for Bonith.
I'm really concerned for Bonith right now. This kind of Contain. Oh, we are getting a bunch of kills here at the third base, but I don't know if Bonith has the army, man, to bust out. Another 2 Templars go down. I mean, that Contain is looking a little weaker and weaker, but oh, another one down. Good storm, but every trade here for Eon is good.
Yeah, I feel like Bonith's making some progress. It's just not quite enough. It's like almost enough each time, but not having the cigar to finish the picture. He's transferred over some probes now. Oh, Eon might see this base if this Overlord moves over just a few more hex tiles, but it's not. It's crazy how he doesn't know about this third base right now.
Yeah, but as soon as he does...
Are you kidding me? He sees it.
He sees it, yeah.
Okay, Bonith's got quite a lot of Dragoons. I mean, there's not that many Lurkers with 1 or 2 good storms. Some of the Lurkers are popping out, though. The timing of that, man. As soon as there's a little glimmer of progression, he just gets pushed back to square one again. cRoSs killing some Overlords, hoping to supply block eOnzErG or something, but it's actually not going to be enough. He's got plenty of extra Overlords made, so he can keep filling out his army composition. High Templars just now popped out. Not enough energy to storm. 2 of them getting targeted down.
And he's just starting to bust through here.
Ugh.
Eon's not even worried about that base. The main about to be mined out here from Bonith. The natural, and here we go. This will be the final move here for Eon. If he can just kill this third base and make sure these Zealots don't get through.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man. There's just too much here. There it is. Eon has done it.
GG.
GG from Bonith. Eon, in a crazy turn here, takes out Bonith 3-1 to advance to the winner bracket semifinal. And Bonith falling down into the losers bracket side.
Kind of insane, man. I did not expect that here today. I thought this was going to be a close series, but did not have this pegged at all. Especially the 1 win for Bonith was on Screaming Sea. I wonder what the betting odds for that would be. If you would bet on not only eOnzErG winning 3-1, but the 1 game for Bonith is on Screaming Sea. That sounds like a 500 to 1 type deal to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure no one expected Eon to take it 3-1. Like I said, he is a very talented player, so he showed it and displayed it here. His builds were great, so he has done it. He will move on, and he will play against cRoSs in the winners bracket semi for another ZURG versus ZURG. But in the meantime, Sean, we have one more series for the day. We have Tech, who had a rough go with cRoSs, is now going to play PvP with Bonith.
I feel like he's going to have an even rougher time. I think like Bonith is just going to turn him into a punch bag to take his frustration out of him and have a field day. Like his micro in PvP is exceptional. Like he's good with micro in all three matchups, but Bonith can very much abuse that in PvP. He has great understanding of the game, especially those like little niche timings about what the other Protoss can have when. So he almost never gets caught out of position, and he knows all the little micro windows that he can punish you.
Yeah, his control, especially in a matchup that is really focused around just Reaver Dragoon, right? Lower amount of units. He's crazy. He's crazy. He just explodes Dragoons. He always gets really good range with the Reavers, knows where to target stuff. He's very, very good. So we're gonna see what Tech can do. Tech definitely can get tricky in PvP. We saw some of his tricks PvZ. You know, he definitely can pull out some proxy gates and some, 3-4 gate, things like that. Like PvP can be a little bit crazy, a little bit of madness. But we'll see. He's got to take down someone who is a titan in PvP.
Yeah, I personally don't see it happening. I'd be super impressed if Tech can pull this out of the bag. But yeah, I just don't think you're beating Bonith. Even DeWalt has a bit of a hard time in PvP against this guy. It's kind of insane what Bonith can do. And one of the reasons why Snow is so good is because, he's got that phenomenal micro and Reaver control. And that's kind of like Bonith. Bonith is like the foreigner Snow in terms of his style and what his forte is. And he's going to definitely showcase that here against Tech. I imagine we're going to be seeing a lot of forced engagements, just sniping a few units here and there, slowly whittling Tech down to a more and more favorable game state.
Absolutely. I'll be curious to see what the bans are. Like, will Tech try to take something like Litmus or something like that? So it's a little bit two-player, gets a little crazy. I think we're going to take a short little break as the players are going to be banning the maps. And when we come back, we're going to have our final matchup of the day. Bonith versus Tech. Don't go anywhere. Come back. See who's going to be moving on in this series.
Welcome back. Joining me once again in that caster booth, Razzle Dazzle. I'm sure you agree with me that this is most likely going to be a Bonith ruffle stomp. But who knows, maybe Tech can take a game down. I guess anything's possible.
Yeah, I think, PvP, things can get crazy. Proxy gates can go anywhere, You can build 3 or 4 gateways and nothing else and just kind of rally units in. I think the trouble is going to be Bonith will probably just play very super standard and safe and just drag the game into, a mid game. So we'll see what Tech can come up with. What can he do? What can he create for himself here? But yes, I think this is obvious one that goes in Bonith's favor for sure.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to take any unnecessary risks. Probably 1 gate core opening into maybe 2 gate, Reaver, get an observer in case it's DT. No liberties taken, just super solid middle of the road play. That's kind of good against everything. And even if Tech does get a sneaky base or a bit of greed, Bonith can punish.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what we're going to see here. So our first map has been selected. It is Knockout, which is a very interesting PvP map actually, Judd, because 12 Nexus is very popular on this map. So maybe we will see Tech go for a 12 Nexus. Interesting bans. Tech not interested in playing Roaring Currents.
Gee, I wonder why.
Not interested at all on playing a map that's literally going to be revolved around carriers and Reavers and PvP. Don't want to deal with that, I was surprised he banned Litmus because I thought maybe he'd pick a 2-player map and try to get tricky, but he did not. He did not.
Yeah, Litmus is a really fun map with that double gas, but it also can be tricky to play on if you're not super comfortable with it. Dominator and Metropolis being banned by Bonith, so it's going to be Tech's map pick right off the bat with Knockout, then Polestar for Bonith, and finally the macro map Radiant. in case we get to game number 3. These are 3 fine maps. They're all pretty much standard macro maps, so we're no spiciness really here in the map pool.
Yeah, I think we'll see some pretty standard stuff. So, it'll be interesting to see if he pulls out the 12 Nexus, though. That would be good.
Yes, I really am super curious. You kind of feel like he has to against Bonith. Let's see, though. Both players are already jumping on into it. Game number 1, Bonith versus Tech on Knockout. And spawning here in the bottom left, Tech, the blue Protoss.
And in the top right, it is Bonith.
Okay, cross map, so Nexus first, just slightly bit better. I mean, it's not a huge deal in PvP, what positions you get, but, adding a few rush distance seconds to the clock, not a bad thing if you do want to sneak out that greedy play.
Yeah, I think it's not a bad option on this map, You got the double ramp, right, the little divot in there, the natural, so...
Trench, yeah.
I think that's fine to go for it. Why not?
So how would you do a 12 Nexus here? You like one of those guys that, just get the cannons up so you can be super safe against the DT follow-up and stuff as well? How would you do it?
I think 12 Nexus into double gateway so you can apply some pressure. So like if they proxy Robo, you can send Zealots and Probes and fight, because as long as you kill the Robo, you're pretty much still ahead.
Okay.
I think that's totally fine. It's a double gate and a Forge. You kind of see from there, can you get away with skipping a cannon? Most likely not, but can you go into 3-gate Dragoon? Do you need to go into a Robo? Do you think it's a DT drop? So I think the double gate, but we're not going to see any of that anyway. We're going to see very standard, and we see Bonith checking the middle of the map immediately here.
I mean, you kind of have to expect something spicy. When you're a clear favorite and it's a matchup you're good in, all you need to do is make sure nothing catches you off guard, and you can be pretty confident to take the game down, even from a slight deficit.
Yeah, so standard stuff.
Yeah, so far both players playing super standard. This is what we expected out of Bonith for sure, the 1-gate tech play. You kind of have to do it if you feel like you're the superior player. It's like the optimal way of playing PvP if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I imagine we're just going to see literally gate Robo. Sometimes Bonith plays like the, 20-second gate and then some pressure into a Robo. And
I'm okay with either of those, to be honest. I feel like we might see the 1-gate Robo out of Bonnie into 2-gate. But once he gets this fast scout off as well, you got to think that he's going to be feeling super great about this. Like mirror builds, cross map, he can kind of be a little bit greedier with that Robo now if he wanted to.
Closing parenthesis.
Sometimes cross map, it's really good to go skip range and go right into another next and go into a Nexus, and then you go into either 3-gate Dragoon Pump or you go 2nd-gate Robo, and you kind of play a little defensive with your Reaver, but it gets you a big eco lead. So there's also that cross map, which we could see from Bonith, especially with the way that the map is set up.
Yeah, it's actually not skipping range. Dragoon, not quite body blocking this probe, but does still manage to kick it out of town, and it will end up going down with the chase. Dragoon's just a little bit faster than probes. What I really love about Dragoons is they're one of those unique units. You've got like Goliaths, Ultralisks, and Dragoons. They all have this like weird walking animation where they kind of move at different speeds relative to what frame they're in of their walking animation. And Dragoons also have that funny feature where they kind of get fatter as they're walking around, so they tend to bug out a little bit while they're moving as well.
Well, mirror builds here, Sean. Tech playing very standard.
I'm not surprised to see that from Bonnie. Like, I thought 1-gate Robo was the play here for him, especially getting the fast scout off to confirm there's no threat of like some insanity with like really early proxy gates or, like straight up really fast 2-gate into 3-gate goon or anything like that.
Yeah, I thought Tech would be a little more edgy with his build.
You'd kind of think that he needs to, but in a way, this is cool, I guess. He's feeling maybe confident in himself that he can have a better showing this time around. I'm not so sure it'll pay off. I do feel like Bonith is gonna just out-micro him in this game. But I like to see confidence from Tech as well. It's a winning mindset.
You might want to just play into some games, you know, after the first series, kind of feeling like, hey, let me just play my game now. Let me go for it, you know?
Mm-hmm. I guess you'd feel pretty bad if not only did he get styled on by cRoSs, but he kept trying to be creative, and that got shut down against Bonith as well. And he never really had a chance to just get into a standard game. I kind of understand why he wants to play like this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, pretty much identical builds from both sides, though, has to be said. Like, nothing different, really, thus far. That's going to maybe change soon. But for the time being, pretty much identical on both sides. The only thing different, really, is these pylons on the periphery of the main base for Bonith. 2 spot for shuttles coming in later. And both probes moving down to the natural to take this Nexus eventually.
Yeah, Tech gonna get his down first, it seems like. Shaking his head, talking to himself a little bit, not sure what he could be upset. Not sure what he could be upset about right this moment.
I hope he isn't still harping on those earlier games against cRoSs. Unless it's the lag. Maybe it's like we got a little bit of a lag spike there. Maybe he's a bit frustrated with the lag. He's scratching his head a bit. Maybe it's the lag that's shaking him a bit. It's like, damn, can I just play a normal game?
He's going to get first blood here. Here we go.
That's actually not bad, right? I mean, you feel good about this. You feel so good about this as Protoss, right? Getting the vision advantage of the observers like this.
It's a big deal right now. Now you know exactly what the build is. You know what you can cut. You know what you can greed. You know if you have to defend more, right? Like you can just take a little bit of breath. You know exactly what's going on. Bonith with a second observer. Oh, now he's gonna get it.
Oh, resets the advantage there a little bit. And that observer was not close enough to the Nexus to see it, I don't think.
I don't think he got any vision.
No, I don't think so. It's actually got relatively small sight range without the upgrade, right?
Yeah. Bonith must have thought DT or something, man, to make 2 observers. Usually you want to go 1 and then Reaver.
Do you think that's actually quite a cool play from Bonnie to like lose the observer, but he made such a fast second one that it didn't matter. And he actually resets the advantage right off the bat. Kind of hilarious.
Yeah, should have slowed down his Reaver timing compared to Tech, but it did not. They both kind of popped at the same time.
Yeah, I guess Bonith getting a big vision lead now because Tech can't do anything about this observer that's just going to fly on into his main.
Yep, he's going to see, wow, standard game here. Nothing crazy. Both players playing it out very, very normal.
Yeah.
Both will most likely go up to like 4 gateways, produce more units, shuttle speed.
This is about as middle of the road as it gets for PvP. It's like straight down the middle, no shenanigans.
Yeah, this is I'm not gonna die to just some random thing, right? Like I'm gonna live and I'm gonna play into a mid game. I'm not gonna greed, and that's it.
Yeah, and I mean this favors Bonith because obviously Bonith, if he's even with Tech, he probably feels ahead. If he gets the game state that he wants and he's able to abuse his own Reaver micro and what have you, this feels pretty good for Bonith, and it's even a slight lead for Bonith since he's got the full Tech confirmation scout with his observer, whereas Tech doesn't.
I think we're going to see a collision in the middle of the map here.
Yeah, very likely, very likely. A bit of a probe moving out ahead of schedule. Going towards this 9 o'clock. Probably just to make a spotter pylon, right?
Yeah, Bonith using the 1 mid right as that. And then moved it back to his 3rd. Bonith
just sitting in the middle here.
Tech will do something silly like that. And then walk in his Reaver so they get the first shots off. Oop, don't do it.
It doesn't feel good. It's only a bit of chip damage, but yeah, that's a Monty Python run away moment if I've ever seen one.
Speed shuttle coming in now. He knows that he's backing up. Uh-oh.
Ooh, there are 2 Dragoons here, but could still find damage if he rotates around. Oh, the pro pull. Oh, he gets a couple. One of the things that made Flash good with Reavers when he was playing random was he won't go for the greedy targets. He'll just go for the guaranteed snipes. So he thought he was going to fly into the Dragoons. Oh, he takes a Scarab shot, though.
Take Scarab shot to his Reavers. Wow.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about Reaver Micro, right? It's not just how you control the Reavers, it's how you control the inertia of the shuttle as it's doing the hot drops. You kind of need to manually control it to not only maintain speed, but remain in pickup range of that Reaver.
It's a double shuttle here from Tech. Bonith just kind of going around. I wonder if this will trigger Tech to go.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, knowing the Reavers are that softened up, right?
Yeah, like you can even try to send your Dragoons in a weird way to try to catch the shuttle. Uh-oh, well, we'll see what Tech's control looks like here.
I mean, better shots for the Scarabs of Bonith, but it doesn't matter too much. But I guess it does. He's lost a lot of Dragoons.
Yeah, he's lost so much. Yeah, he lost the shuttle. He lost a ton of Dragoons.
Both Reavers are on like 1 HP, by the way, from Bonith. Kind of insane that he had such low HP Reavers and he still out-traded that much.
Yeah, Tech didn't really get his Reavers down right away, and Bonith is hunting these Reavers, man. He's going to kill them right here. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, this doesn't feel good. It kills the Observer as well. Now pouncing on those Reavers. Going to get maybe 1 or 2 Scarab shots off before they bite the dust. Pretty painful. Now these Dragoons are also kind of stranded out on the map, so Bonith could ram it down the natural if he wanted to.
Yeah, and Tech kind of shaking his head now. He knows he's in a terrible position with where his goons are. He's got 1 Reaver and a shuttle. Armies split up. Bonith has the high ground. Can he get the shot off that kills it? Oh, Bonith picks it up.
Yeah, if Bonith made a little blunder and lost both Reavers to 1 Scarab, maybe Tech can turn this around, but doesn't look ideal, especially with those Dragoons out on the map having to fight up a high ground to get up here and help.
I think Tech's Reaver took a shot as well.
Oh, sheesh, man.
Yeah, so I hope Tech doesn't think... Oh, no, it didn't. Wow, I thought it got hit.
Okay. Just barely missed that.
Himself. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Don't lose the shuttle. Tech.
Oh, gets a few shots up for free, takes out a Dragoon. He's ready for the hot pickup if he needs it. He's taking a Mineraloni behind this. Finally pounces on that, but the Reaver pickup just a little bit too sharp.
Oh, no,
Dragoon's coming from the other side. Kills the shuttle. Now the Reavers are just sitting ducks, but they're on the high ground.
Shot there from Tech.
Yeah, this is pretty big, actually, and the Dragoons are wrapping around at the perfect time for the pincer move. Tech fighting back strong in a big way. There is that mineral-only base coming up for Bonith behind this, but Tech's done a great job of equalizing on these trades recently.
Yeah, the problem is those are his second set of Reavers, so Bonith has another one at home. He's got +1, so and he's gonna have the high ground, right? So
yeah, he's made it to the checkpoint, but not the summit.
Yeah, Bonith knows. Oh my goodness! Please don't fly this Reaver into the Dragoons. Please don't fly this shuttle into the 2. Okay, he's watching it, so... Oh no, his army's dead there, Sean. Or we're just going to see a counter.
I think so. I think he's just going to counter.
Yeah, I think they're going to see the counter.
He's got 2 Reavers back in the natural in case Tech pulls the trigger on a dive of his own, so I think Bonith is happy just to run it down. Get a tactical to deny on that 3rd base, and force Tech to trade into the high ground, right?
Run away, shuttle, yeah. The problem is the damage is done without even fighting, right? Like, he canceled the 3rd.
Mm-hmm. He gets 1 Reaver. Second one's pretty low. Does kill that as well, but it's not going to matter because by the time his reinforcement Dragoons show up from behind, he's already going to have the trench to his advantage as Bonith working his way into the main base.
Oh, we didn't get the Reavers down. We didn't get the Reavers down.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. But now we're on the high ground in Tech's main with no Reavers. Oh, my goodness. Tech fighting uphill, literally.
Into his own base. Probe's coming off the line for a bit of a drill, but it's not going to matter. He tilts his head, opens up his mouth, probably screaming at himself in some degree of frustration with a head shake. Bonith just clinches that game out like it was nothing.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the power of the micro difference there. You know, Tech unfortunately loses those 2 Reavers flying back into his natural as well, well into his main base. But game 1, very solid from both players. Standard game, pretty typical PvP. And Bonith comes out on top.
Yeah, no surprise there, really. So it looks like we're going to be going into Polestar for game number 2. Another standard macro map, and the gas expansions are really tight together here, so getting a quick third base is not only viable, but actually really strong for PvP. It's relatively easy to hold on to the third base compared to other maps, so could see a really strong macro game from at least one of these gamers here. Let's see if Tech wants to mix it up and get a little bit spicy, but who knows, man. He played a reasonable game up until those recent moments. He kind of got a bit unlucky with the observer shenanigans in the early game. He killed Bonith's observer, then lost it, and then lost another observer, and was a little bit shaky with some of his unit control that game. Maybe if he played another macro game, he could turn it around.
Yeah, you can see how frustrated Tech is, you know. Unfortunately, he shouldn't be, right? Like, you're playing in the round of 8, you know the games are going to be hard, you know what you got to do here. So just stay the course, man. Stay the course, keep playing. And all right, our players are ready. We're going into game number 2 here on Polestar.
Spawning in the top right. Currently 1-0 up in this series, the Polish Bonith.
And in the bottom left, needs a win here. It's Tech.
Oh, he absolutely does need a win. And he doesn't want to go down without a fight today. He's had a bit of a disappointing performance against cRoSs, but that wasn't so much him playing bad as much as just cRoSs playing so darn good, man. I think a lot of players would have been struggling. And, you know, Tech's in the big leagues right now. You know, the big boys are out to play. And it is a zero-sum game. They can't all be winners. So it's not too out of the ordinary that he's having a hard time today.
I wonder if Tech's going to go with a 10-12 or 9-9 or 10-11, some variation, because of how far forward that pylon is.
Well, Bonith is not scouting super early right now, so maybe the early gates could do something. Who knows? I mean, Bonith didn't even have to make a Zealot last game, right? Because of the early scout. He was super optimized in his build.
Interesting. Yep, going to be a 10-12.
Well, Bonith is going to scout him reasonably late, because he's going to, check the middle, then check the bottom right, and then maybe the top left as a bit of an end scout to see if there's close positions or not. But he is going to kiss the probe in the bottom right, so he will know roughly where Tech is now. He should be able to figure out, okay, you're bottom left, and we better find him a little bit quicker as a result.
If Tech wasn't tilted enough, he's going to be... you see it on his face. He's cross-map 10-12. I told you. If he wasn't tilted enough, this is going to put him over the edge.
This is like when Autosis finds out it's cross-map and the other guy's going 12 next. It's just like,
yeah. Just wait. Yeah, he knows that this is not ideal at all. That
No. You'll know when he's at cross-map, but Bonith now gets a quicker scout, right? So, yeah, he's going to make the Zealot to defend as well.
And Bonith knows, because there's a Zealot already there, that this is...
Yeah.
double gate, right? So.
Ah, jeez.
You can see Tech's leg shaking as his camera shakes a little bit. Like he is.
Like bouncing up and down on that foot.
Yep.
Trying to pace himself and not flip out too much. But a lot of that energy that's being stored is being expelled of him jiggling his legs around. Not feeling super confident in this game. Needs to be a bit cooler as a cucumber in the series with the big boys. He's having a hard time against it.
Bonith does not care. It's cross map, so he's going range first. Not even putting down a second gateway.
That's
not a
wild.
shield better. He's just going for it.
Yeah, I guess it will make a pylon on the ramp in case he needs a battery, but he can be also proactive with his first Dragoon. Ooh, the Zealot slips by. I don't think he'll get the body block on the Dragoon, though, unfortunately. Yeah, this is a little bit suboptimal because he can't even target the Zealot with 2 Zealots at a time. Doesn't feel great. Finally, he can now get in here.
Another Dragoon.
Second Dragoon already done. He doesn't even need a battery. This is getting out of hand, Razz. I mean, he can lose like 3 or 4 probes and still be way ahead, is the funny thing about it. He can actually probably lose like 5 or 6 sometimes and still be fine because of how slow the tech transition of tech will be. Oh my god.
Tech just laughing.
He's got a robo already.
Knowing.
This is crazy. You can almost never be this optimized against 2-gate, right? It's so rare that you can hold it this cleanly.
Yeah, to see 2-gate and the guy just goes range in a robo. I mean, now Bonith will just add a second gateway. Robo and a Reaver push will probably bust tech, and it will be the game.
Yeah. Right now, Bonith is like a boss in a game that just ignores you while you try and chunk his health, and it doesn't even move. Wild.
It's a tough life out here, you know, even in PvP sometimes, and some days it's just not your day. When things don't go your way, they don't go your way, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm sure he's been very frustrated from that cRoSs game earlier, right? He's probably not gone into this feeling super happy about the way things have gone at all, so kind of understandable for him to start tilting even more. You know, StarCraft's a mental game as much as a physical game, right? You got to keep your head about you.
You do, because that's when more and more mistakes occur.
That's the hilarious thing about it, is there's so many times where like one small thing happens, but because you overreact to it emotionally, it creates so many more problems later on in the game, whereas just that first mistake might not be that big a deal in the course of the events of the game and the series if you can just let it go.
It's all one big game, right? Like, for as long as it goes. Gotta just keep playing and playing and playing, and know that's just the way it's gonna be sometimes.
Yeah. There'd be a lot more better players out there if that was a widely accepted factor, but it's easier said than done when you're in the moment.
He can't stream in like this here, Sean. This is just asking to be punished by Bonith. I was gonna say that's just asking to be punished.
Yeah,
like
you can't even get the first shots off because Bonith is going to pounce onto one Dragoon as they come in.
He sees that there's only 6 of them. He's going forward. He's going to get a whole bunch of shots. Notice he's split up his shots so he can then one-shot them after.
Yeah, rotates the low HP Dragoon back as well. Meanwhile, 2 Zealots to soak up some damage and dish out a little bit, but it won't matter. 5 Dragoons beats 3 Dragoon, 2 Zealot every day of the week with just a little bit of micro.
Tech's got to turn back and fight again.
Oh, I mean, there's a low HP Dragoon. If Tech was really clean of his micro, I think he could turn the tide a little bit here. Just not finding the hits on those low HP Dragoons.
Yeah, and Bonith is pretty cool with it. It's not even a robotic support, so it's just going to be a push with the Reavers and the, there you go, the robotic support bay going down now. And then 4 gateways. I don't know if we can support all that, but we're going to try.
He just made a Nexus into 4-gate as well. He's going to have a hard time pumping all those. Yeah, you're right. That's not optimal. You can't make a Reaver and units, right?
Reaver units and probes? No.
Yeah, no.
You're giving up something there. And if he cannot donate here. Oh, no, he moved forward thinking there was enough. It is not enough here, Tech. You need to run away. You are in trouble here with being in the middle of the map. We now have a very large goon lead for Bonith, and he has a Reaver, and his second one may even be in that shuttle already.
Ugh, I mean, the Nexus is about to finish. You kind of like almost want to just cancel it and hold the ramp at this point, but you can't cancel it because then you're going to be contained and behind, so he kind of has to defend the low ground, which makes the trading easier for Bonith. There's no right answer here for Tech.
Yeah, I mean, his opening kind of just hurt, man. Your cross map, 2-gate, it's not a good start, and it's just unfortunate. And because Bonith can get his tech so much faster. I mean, he may kill all these Dragoons with just these Reavers. Oh, and the probes transferring. Oh,
so into
You
the
know-
wound, man.
sometimes when
Ugh.
it's not your day, it's just not your day, you know?
Yeah, no, you ain't kidding, man. We've all had days on StarCraft like this where you just lose a bunch of games in a row and nothing's going right. You kind of gotta go to bed, sleep it off, and come back fresh the next day.
Oh, we're gonna kill the pylon powering every single building, Sean.
Xerxes pylon.
Oh no, everything.
Oh my days. That feels so bad right now.
And
I kinda
Bonith's
feel bad
gonna
for
get up
Tech.
there and
Gets the
kill
shuttle.
it. Oh my goodness.
Even does the Scarab, by the way. What is going right for Tech? It doesn't feel like a whole lot.
It's gonna end soon, Sean. That it's gonna end soon.
Looks like it, buddy. It just doesn't seem
Oh.
tenable. Oh, Ninja expansion.
There it is. All right, Sean. I like it. We're trying.
I like the ambition. I mean, this is how you come back in the game, right? Like, you got to do something. He's gonna mine out these mineral blocks so that you can actually get down the ramp eventually as well. But look
Yeah,
at that contain. Razz, would you want to break down there?
I don't. I probably would have left as soon as my shuttle died in the pylon. I wouldn't even be in this game anymore because my mental health wouldn't allow it at this point. It'd be like, yeah, let's lose everything to the two Reavers now. I would just, yeah.
Ugh.
See how Tech, that would have been me 5 minutes ago, buddy. I would have already alt QQ. That's what I would have done. I understand.
It looked like he was about to. It looked like he was about to type GG, shook his head, and then didn't. He was kind of looking down at his keyboards there for a second, kind of like contemplating the GG.
You know, we're gonna fly this shuttle over a probe just to really make it even more miserable.
So he's just going to unload the Zealots outside, maybe elevate some units here, see if he can get some pressure out on the map. But they're going to be spotted actually by the probe. Oh, Bonith. Oh, even killing the observer, man. Jeez. There is one more just chilling out here for both players.
There's going to be a Reaver waiting for the 4 Zealots in the natural. It's just not his game, man. You know, it's just sometimes, you know.
It's the way she goes, man. Sometimes she goes and sometimes she doesn't. Alright, well, there's the Reavers. Getting a okay surround on the Reaver. If he gets it, that's something. He's actually going to get the Reaver as before they will die.
Right.
That feels like you're just playing a slot machine. Like, you're getting some returns, but the longer you play, the worse and worse the deficit becomes, and you're just chasing losses slowly but surely.
Well, we've all been here, you know, PvP, trying to do something. I'm surprised Bonith hasn't searched the whole map yet, thinking, like, why are you still here?
Yeah, it's true, actually.
Kind of where you get to, you're like, hey, why? Someone's in the game for a reason. Like, what's happening?
It's not trying to break down the ramp. Something's got to be going on.
Yeah. I would even think maybe there's a... Oh, he gets a good shot.
Yeah.
Oh,
It'd be better if he did it with 2, so he actually got the kill right off the bat before Bonith went back to microing, but it's something.
yeah. The problem is, even just... I mean, he has a second base, right? But trading even... Oh, no. Don't go down there, Tech. Don't go down there.
It's a
The
dangerous
water is
world
not
out there.
warm, buddy. The water is not warm. Don't go in there.
Yeah. It's like off the coast of Russia somewhere where it's below freezing.
Yeah, don't do it. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, just when I think that Tech's making a little bit of headway, he loses a Dragoon like that. Gets a Reaver.
All right, he got a Reaver. There goes his shuttle.
Nope. And then goes a Reaver.
There goes, yep. And here now he'll try to break down. Here we go.
I think that's going to be game. I think Bonith's got it here. I don't think Tech's breaking out.
I don't either.
Ugh.
Okay.
Yeah, he's laughing a bit to himself. I kind of
He's
feel bad
trying.
for Tech.
Yeah, he's had a tough go at it today, man. I mean, This is a brutal game. It just reminds you how brutal the game is, even when you're at a high level. There's,
Yeah.
you know,
Always a bigger fish.
yep, this is tough. Not easy. Oh, he got both reavers. There you go.
He's like,
Look at him
finally
shaking his
something
head.
goes my way. Yes, moral victory.
Yeah, there you go. What else? Then maybe if he takes this natural. Oh my God, he's making carriers.
Oh no, please no. Oh my God.
No.
I don't think Tech's heart can take it. I certainly don't think mine can.
Oh my God, I was feeling like a little happy for Tech. Like, oh look, he got a double
God.
reaver kill. And then Bonith
Not
said,
like this.
ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Oh man.
You want to waste my time? I'll kill you with carriers.
Absolutely
Oh,
insanity.
Goodness. Bonith now finds it.
now he realizes his base has been exposed. He doesn't even know about the carriers yet. I kind of
just
want.
laughing, enjoying himself.
I hope he stays in the game to actually see the carriers. I want to see the facial expression when he actually sees the carriers. Oh my days.
You think he'll send the carriers bottom right or to the main?
Oh God.
Oh my goodness.
Bonith, please don't make him leave before you show him the carriers. He's got the high ground, so he should win this fight, right? So, oh, actually, no, there's more stuff showing up.
He's building a pylon in his.
Don't make him leave! Don't make him leave! Maybe Bonith just feels bad as well and doesn't want to be totally disrespectful. Wants to spare him the carriers. I guess he's got his natural mining now as well, right? So he's more likely to stay in
till
the
he
game.
counters and thinks he's gonna do something, and the carriers fly out. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that camera come off and just go flying.
This is one of those situations where at the same time I feel really bad for Tech, but this is also really funny.
Yeah, this is not like this. Not like this, Tech.
I mean, Bonith is literally just having fun right now, like keeping the interceptors deployed and not really doing a whole lot of anything.
Bonith's gonna take that base over, mine it for himself. Oh my God, 5 carriers. All right, let's see Tech space here. Tech space here when these things come just snipe his shuttle.
6 carriers. Oh my God, I'm so lightheaded.
Tech. All right, let's see what his face. No, send the carriers, Bonith. Why are we sending
Oh man,
the units? I want to see the carriers.
it's keeping us on a cliffhanger, man, for next season.
Oh my God.
He's gonna see him.
Oh no! Oh no! He recognizes where he's at. He recognizes that mistakes were made. we should have had a Razz XUN timing 10 minutes ago.
Oh, so crazy. Oh, it is what it is. Yeah, there's nothing you can really do against 6 carriers. Bonith tried to do that like one base carrier build on, what's that map called? I'm blanking on that last map. Ooh, pretty good Scarab connection. What was that desert tile map for the spicy one from last season, Razz, with the gas Troy gates?
Oh, the 2-player map.
Yeah.
Oh,
bottom left, top right,
showing us
bottom right, top left.
little toy. I don't know what that was.
GG.
Showed us a little something in the camera.
He slumped in his chair a little bit. I think he's embarrassed. Like, oh jeez, I'm really in it today. It's okay, Tech. We've all been there, man. Don't feel bad. You know, at least you're not getting Snow clapping his feet together with mass scouts on ladder. It's not too bad.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough
one
loss.
there.
I'm glad he's laughing it off at least. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't feel great, but he's relatively in good spirits.
Well, if he didn't laugh shut, he'd probably be crying. So he had to take the laughter.
True.
Have to take
True.
the laughter. Well, Bonith in style is moving on in the losers bracket there. So he will be up against the loser next between Ziki and DeWalt. So Ziki having another tough pathway no matter what. But listen, we're in the final 6 players, and ain't no easy games now, Sean. Ain't no easy games now.
No, that's for sure. Yeah. Look, no insult to Tech, but with all these players that are left, everyone is an absolute beast.
Yeah, this is a very tough group here. Nothing going on.
So what's your predictions for this? Like, are we going to get that Zerg dominance going all the way through to the grand finals? A lot of the times it is that DeWalt versus Bonith finals. Do you think there's going to be a bit of a mix-up this time around?
I don't know. I mean, I saw Ziki play a couple games with DeWalt the other day, and he took some games off of him. So,
yeah,
you know, maybe there is that chance and hope that Ziki can take out DeWalt. But, you know, I'm going to be cheering for, you know, obviously my Protoss partners out there to kind of get through. But a lot of Zergs left, man. A lot of ZVZ, which makes things crazy, right? Like Zerg versus Zerg is a very, very crazy matchup. Probably one of the most crazy, so who knows? I'm excited to see cRoSs versus eOnzErG. I feel like that's going to be a very, very good matchup as well there. So,
yeah, I think both of them are pretty solid in ZVZ. They're not like Ziki level specialization, but they're both very respectable in that matchup. So it could be a very nail biter of a back and forth between those two individuals. And yeah, ZVZ is an insane matchup already, much less with 2 good players.
Yeah, so a lot going on, a lot to be seen still, a lot of games left here in season 21.
Yeah, I'm glad we at least broke the mold of that 3-0 streak, right? Yeah, but eOnzErG, I did not expect him to close out the series against Bonith in that fashion. Hats off to you, my guy. I think Ziki's a little bit salty that he's going to miss out on some of that ZVZ action and what have you. But yeah, it is what it is. We've seen enough ZVZ from Ziki. It's kind of cool to have a ZVZ between 2 high-level Zergs that aren't someone like Ziki or Striker or one of these other guys.
Absolutely. It's good to see. And who knows, Bonith, you can't count him out, right? He's fallen down to that losers bracket before, then ran the table. So
yeah,
the way it goes.
He could still be a DeWalt Bonith finals, right? It's certainly possible. We've seen that happen before where one of them is fighting back from the lower bracket and makes it all the way.
Yeah, we have. They're crazy, man. They're crazy good, so.
Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching these games as much as we have enjoyed casting them. We're going to go on to talk a little bit about our sponsors and Patreons, just to give you some shout out and love. Because we've had a lot of guys giving a lot of helping hand to the BSL to keep the lights on here. All the one-time supporters like CRVT always coming in clutch, throwing a few thousand our way. Jziriy as well with that $1,400. Striker himself, $600. Plenty of you guys giving these big one-time donations. Really helps out a lot. And then we've got, of course, those Patreon guys. You know, Wolf of Wall Street, $200 a month. Andrew, Bombastic General, $100 a month. My Fleeting Dream, Bombastic Colonel, $50 a month. Striker, Bombastic Major, plus, $30 a month. Tupacalypse and Torso Driver. And, of course, the Bombastic Majors at $20 a month. Chaosu, KJ, LML, Medino, Nicholas Schuler, Scheming Gypsy, and Steve Robertson. It really does mean a lot to us that you keep supporting the community and keeping this great game alive and thriving.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody. We love our StarCraft out here. We love our BSL, so we got to keep it going. So please keep supporting.
Yeah, it's a real treat to be able to bring you these great games of StarCraft. And I really do love that we've got such a dedicated foreigner scene as well. It's such a tight-knit community, and Need to keep the lights on here. And Zero needs all the help he can get, man. He's a one-man army, sleeping only a few hours a week. He's already got 2 kids with a third on the way, and he's still going strong, pouring in so much attention to bringing you Bombastic StarLeague and great games of StarCraft. So help him out, please. He does a lot for us.
Absolutely. And thank you today, Sean, for a good cast. Thank you to all the players. You know, it was an awesome day. We got to see a lot of exciting games. So let's keep it going.
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks so much for casting me today, Razz. I always love getting the opportunity to cast with you. One of my favorite duos. So yeah, guys, unless you've got anything else to say, Razz, I've been John, with me, Razz, and this has been Bombastic StarLeague Season 21. We'll join you again next weekend for some more great action. Thanks, guys.
Take it easy, everyone.